Right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our last issue for the month. I'll be going off on a 2 week leave for the 2 week holidays, heading off to Korea so that I can actually meditate and think of the next coming adventure. So while I'm somewhere on an island thinking of the next script to write for our fellow players, so today is going to be quite unique. I'm going to be starting a bit earlier. It's going to be a bit longer so that we can actually start the story based on a new hero that is using magic and spells and calls himself Thaumaturge. And to a lot of other people, students and other teachers, he is known as Theophantes Longscribe. So it took me long and wide to actually study this name. Is he Greek? I'm not too sure. Is he American born European? I'm not too sure. So Theophantes will need to actually explain himself in terms of storyline, as the principal later on will be asking him a number of questions like, "What's your name? Where are you from?" But let's actually recap what actually happened. When Grandpa was interviewed by a number of reporters to actually introduce a new young hero by the name, but that calls himself, of course, Ubshanti. But the reporters can't actually grasp this name. To them, is they would just rather call him some phantom ghost or ghost phantom. And the government actually gave him a name, of course, just in case you want to go as a simple moniker, Ethan Hartwell. So Ethan Hartwell was actually introduced by Grandpa to the masses, but not as his alter ego, of course, but more to what does he do and what does he actually perform. But the story here, when Kuroi-Ryu attacked the city, the dark scales were actually scattered throughout the city itself, and this caused a number of unknown phenomenon. And these scales actually flew towards other students that bears remorse, revenge, suicidal tendencies, and even certain hatred to these new heroes. Because some of them will never forget what actually happened more than 20 years ago, which was caused by a certain villain that calls himself Void. But Void was defeated. But Void also created a portal that unleashed a number of villains that came from multiversal worlds. Some of them came from the world of Valiant comic book, DC comic book, Marvel comic book, even more obscure comic book, even from anime shows, even just to name a few, so that you as the audience would know that okay, these are the villains most likely that the player is going to face against. And then throughout this time, the teacher, known as Theophilus, brought the fellow student on a field trip. And in this field trip, he brought them towards the museum as part of a professor of archaeological studies and a teacher of history. And it was here that Theophilus actually bring them. And then within the library itself, I'm just gonna take your name because your name is really hard to pronounce here, Skylock.
Sorry,
So I'm just
so there's a bit of
yeah,
a I forgot to change that when I did wrote up the backstory. Uh,
yeah.
yeah, so it's actually Theodore Maddock, which is much easier to say, and I knew it was gonna be. I forgot to change that on the sheet before. I'm so sorry about that.
Theodore
Theodore Maddock.
Theodore Murdoch. Theodore Maddock. Murdoch.
I'll write it in the chat. That'll be a little easier for you.
Okay. Theodore Maddock. All right. Easier this way. Yeah, because the other name was really difficult to pronounce. It sounds like a Dungeons and Dragons character name.
That's because
Theophontes
it was.
Longstrap. Right. Okay, I'm just gonna put it here for Theodore Maddock, so I know what to call you. Okay. Then, now, Theodore Maddock, when you arrive at the Museum of Miracle City, a number of artifacts was actually brought in. And the students here, they actually learn together with you. They actually learn to how to become an archaeologist, to actually learn about history. So they come to you as a young teacher. I mean, you're not really a young teacher per se. You're 35 years old. You've been teaching in schools and up to college, and you just want to finish up your PhD so you can get your doctorate. So you be one of the professor alumni. And then here, one of the museum curators, Ian McCullen, approached you and then shook your hand and said, "Ah, finally, you're here, Theodore Maddock. I read your profiles and I'm actually quite impressed on your thesis and your understandings in regards to Egyptian mythology. And I heard that you, well, you're quite a person yourself, judging by your stature, that you actually perfectly will actually understand more of what we have here. So I see that your students seems to be quite impressed of your of your actually foundings. So you must be proud of yourself, Theodore. And I do adore that you actually put some of them in the museum. The Ian McCullen is an old man, white hair, white beard, and he's walking around with a simple cane. And then after that, then Ian McCullen then continued, the item that you found in one of the Egyptian tombs. Uh, I believe that he was actually like buried deep inside. It seems to be some sort of a book, but it's already downstairs. It's actually been it's already been putting it inside one of our special cases, and you can bring your students there, like Theodore.
Oh, that'd be
Okay.
wonderful. I am quite certain that you could learn quite a bit from such a rare and unique item.
Yeah, he laughed. Yes, they could actually learn a lot from this, Theodore. Besides, you should actually take a look at it yourself. But there's something odd, though. Ian McCullen then actually continued. It seems that the moment we move the book out from its casing, one of the carrier that actually moved the book from the truck somehow fell ill, and apparently that he won't be here. We asked another person to actually move it, and then the moment he moved it, he said that he felt uneasy. He said that he heard whispers in his ears. Ah, but it could be anything. Then Ian McCallum just laughed. Do you believe in curses? It's like teacher Theodore, Professor Theodore. He actually continues.
Well, maybe. There's always some things beyond explanation. But you hear all about this kind of thing. I mean, what is it? The tomb of King Tut was supposedly cursed, and many people fell ill. I believe it had more to do with being in a strange environment with less than adequate medical attention, but these things
Hmm.
tend to circulate around the mysterious and the mystical, as it were.
Hmm. Yes, I believe so. But all curses, but then those are just hogwash. Then he continues. Those are not like proven to be curses. Besides, it could be anything. But it could be just a simple sickness, as I say. But it could be anything else around this time. But feel free to actually walk around and to look at it. And then the book is actually just, well, you can take the lift behind. He points to one of the elevator behind him. It's like at the other end of the museum. Then you can see your other students actually enjoying it. You can see the elevator, it goes up towards the third floor. And then after that, then the second and the first. Then he said that the book is somewhere at the top. where the sun will actually shine and will directly hit the sunlight. But now it's actually nighttime. It's also going to be almost evening. But the students actually just walking around looking at all the other random artifacts. And then one student actually like walks over to you. Short hair, some sort like wearing some deep mascara on her eyes, and she seems to be wearing some sort of green jacket. And then she asks, um, uh, uh, teacher Theodore, I was actually looking around and I'm actually thinking, um, you said something that you found something within one of the tombs during your travels. I don't see it here. Where's the book?
We'll be looking at that here shortly. Just give a moment or two for the rest of the students to take a look at the various different displays, and we'll be taking a lift up to go and observe it here shortly.
And then your student, okay, she's she's new, but she's always been really interested in archaeological studies and also in Egyptian mythologies. She's actually half like American, half Egyptian herself. Her name is Hannah Malouf. And Hannah Malouf, even with a deep mascara, she looks like like Egyptian herself. But she's more interested in actually knowing about all the Egyptian stuff. Okay. And then after that, and then after that, the other students actually start walking around and then looking at the artifacts. And then Ian McCullen then actually like walked to one side. Then he said, "Ah, it seems that young lass over there seems to be quite interested in what's going on. But I believe the others here is most likely want to learn about what are you actually trying to teach them, Mr. Theodore."
Well, to start with, in a place like this, you can really absorb some of that knowledge where you can near about touch these mysterious items and try to get a better understanding of the world before. But with some of these, the knowledge within them has hardly even been touched yet, such as that tome. I'm sure you've had you and many others have struggled to make any form of interpretation of the words upon it.
Yes. But but let's not wait until everybody here gets bored with the simple archaeological items that we have found throughout our time living here. Besides, perhaps we should actually acknowledge young Malou and then bring her and her fellow friends and fellow classmates to actually look at the book. Don't you say, Mr. Theodore?
Suppose you have a point. And then he'll clap his hands to get the attention. Anyone who's ready, we'll be venturing up to the a higher floor to take a look at the artifact I discovered. Anyone else who wishes to continue looking around here may do so and can join us later.
Most of the students like, oh, excellent. Then Ian McCullen then left. All right, okay, everyone, let's go. Then all the students actually came over to you, Theodore, and they all followed. One by one, the students actually took the elevator up towards the top floor of the museum, just to go to the floor where this book is actually specially put. And from there, the moment they actually exit the lift and then walk down the staircase, they can see multiple extravagant and beautiful paintings. And then from there itself, Ian McCullen then speaks out and said, haha, so this is our treasure trove of knowledge, Mr. Theodore. And also, from here, you can see that all the items have been put nicely on pedestals so that the light will always shine through. But now it is night. And then the other students then look around. They're all speaking. And then they're all like looking around at the paintings, at the swords, at the spear, at the katana, at the horn. And then Ian McCullen speaks. Ah, The horn of the August. They say that this horn have a magical ability they could call forth ogres. I never believed that story. The Vikings believed that the giants would actually come and actually protect them. Ah, and this, the sword of Musashi Shinden. They say that the spirit of the samurai resides within the blade. Yes. And then Ian McCullen then said, the blade actually resides. It's like the spirit of Musashi Shinden. Hogwash, I call. Besides, the professor in Japan believed that that's just actually mere just stories, just to scare kids away. As the souls, after they die, do not reside in the cut in the blade, as you can say, Theodore. Theodore, you actually like listen to him. Okay, based on your knowledge and based on everything else that you actually know, okay, you can actually roll for your intellect.
Alright, so let's where do I go? Here we are.
Okay, based on your intellect, Theodore, I think sometimes stories could be reality. You've seen some weird stuff from time to time. Heck, even in the news, you heard that an old man just got a power from a simple amulet and now is like running around fighting crime with some other random people. But that was just like yesterday. The news just happened. And now this old person, you think to yourself, maybe it's just some weird hallucination. Maybe it's just an old man that just wanted to be young again. But you threw away that knowledge on that side. It can't be. But there are certain recent news that a blue dragon been seen spotted flying around Miracle City. Again, you shrug it off. Can't be. Could be just some other hallucinations or people just seeing flying objects in the sky. And then, well, that's about it. And during this timeline, though, Black Wolf character, Phantom Ghost or Ghost Phantom haven't even arrived yet. During this time, Mnemonic just arrived to Miracle City, so he haven't took his moniker yet. And that was then. This was like a few months ago, as this incident. So when you look at Ian McCullen telling you this katana that you're looking at right now, nah, holding some sort of spells. Then Ian McCullen asks you, Theodore, do you believe such things, Professor? That a spirit of an ancient samurai would be in a blade.
I never heard that the spirit of the samurai would be, but I did hear that there are stories that the forge master who created such mystical blades would sometimes impart some of their will, if you believe such stories. That said, as I recall, this blade came in and when it was discovered was still as razor sharp as the day it was made. Was that not true?
Yes, yes, you know your history. Yes, the blade is still sharp, still extremely sharp. Besides, but then again, it's just a katana blade. Well, collectors will pay millions for it, but it was given to us by a really prominent businesswoman, beautiful as she is, quite young too. I was actually surprised that she managed to actually control a number of businesses across the world, and because of her exploits, and also because of her historical finding. Yeah, I mean, Miss Isfet is a person that highly regard and highly respected historian. Theodore, when you heard the name, roll for your intellect again.
Alrighty. There it is. Oh,
Okay,
sorry, I didn't mean to click it twice.
okay, 18 is quite high also. That's a DC 15. All right, and then you heard the stories about this young businesswoman. I mean, a lot of people call her Isfet. I mean, to a lot of people, yes, she's beautiful, everything. But with regards to her, I mean, she's one of the most prominent archaeologists in all time. But she never really showed herself to people. She just sent her most trusted employees to the museum, and then these people that work for this ISFET just gave all these archaeological artifacts to many museums across the world and said, on, on her behalf, this is for you. That's all. And hardly even asked for payment. Like the blade, for example, the horn. And then after that, this cannon was actually given by her, and the many artifacts. Even the helmet of fate is here. You heard the story of the helm of fate. That whoever wore the helm of fate will have the knowledge and skills of 1,000 mindful prophets, and then some. And then after that, the mirror of truth that can actually reveal who you truly are deep within. But all these are just stories, Theodore. None of it is true. But Ian McCullen then said, "Ah, it is interesting that Lady Esfet would then give us everything here. But this is what we're looking at." And then one of the student, Hannah Malouf, actually like started running towards the book. And then Ian McCullen then just stood there. Ah, the fanciful Book of Shadows. It is written that this book have many histories. This book, apparently, was founded by two famous archaeologists, Dr. Jonathan and his wife, Miss Rebecca. But Ian McCullen said the books are slightly mostly faded. But there's really nothing much here that we could actually do. And then after that, though, Theodore, you look at the book. And then the moment you look at the book, you felt something, something a bit odd. And then after a while, the moment you look at the book, okay, roll for your awareness.
Wait, where? Oh,
Okay.
that's an unfortunately low roll.
Mm-hmm. No worries. Okay. You look at the book. The book seems to be like looking at you. Like instead, you feel as if that the book is actually like looking at you. And then you felt like some sort, like you wanted to touch the book as you actually slowly walk towards the book itself. Roll for your will.
Oh, of course.
All right. Then you slowly like walk over towards the book and you touch his pages. You touch the wording. Huh. You feel as if that there's some sort of voices like talking to you. And then Ian McCullen then grabbed your hands away and then said, "What are you doing, Theodore?"
Oh, I'm so sorry. I just wanted to take a closer look. As you know, that much of my research is surrounded around this artifact, and being able to have a chance to interact with it directly is such a great honor.
Hmm. That's not much. No. But well, as part of the archaeology team, Theodore, maybe you could actually stay back and then make sure that well, all these artifacts that yourself and the many other professors and archaeologists that bring in is documented. We don't want anything to happen to them. everything here costs billions of dollars if they're actually to be damaged or, sadly, taken away. But nobody could actually break the security system here, Mr. Theodore. The glass window behind us is made of extreme powerful bulletproof windows that no thief would actually able to break through. And our alarms here is built with multiple lasers that nothing could actually penetrate. But will you be able to stay for tonight, Mr. Theodore, to actually document everything?
I would be perfectly capable of doing such a thing, and I would be honored to.
Hannah looked and said, "Hey, Professor, can I help and stay back and help you document everything?" She speaks out.
Hmm. Well, if this fine gentleman is all right with it, I don't see why not.
Ian McCullen then turned to Hannah and said, well, your knowledge of Egyptian archaeology and also part of its mystery is there, but you need to actually, well, I'm not too sure. Uh, it's up to for your professor Hannah, and it's up to Theodore. So Theodore, this is essentially up to you. And then Hannah then said, "Please, Professor, can I stay at least help you around to actually, um, you know, document all of this?"
All right, but I will ask for you to be very careful around these artifacts. As you can understand, they're one of a kind, and they will never be able to be replaced.
Then you hear one person like seeing all this, and then walks over. "Hey, teacher's pet, you gonna stay back?" And you see the student, one particular student over here, though. His name is Razan Said. And Razan Syed is one of the students that, of course, it never excel in his results. But, well, due to his parents' money, they were actually able to send him to Miracle College and to actually study archaeology. So they went together with you, Theodore. But you look at Razan Syed, and Razan Syed actually said to Hannah that she's a teacher's pet. So how will you react to this, Theodore?
You understand that this is a class for learning. If they want to take the moment to be able to take every advantage they can, it is the best possible way to excel in this world.
And
If
Razan
you,
Syed said, "Okay, teacher, if she's going to stay, then with your permission, can I stay?" You look at Razan Syed, Theodore. He's that type of students that might cause trouble if you let him stay. But he asks you, like, "Can I stay?" Okay, roll for your persuasion.
uh, here we are.
He runs inside and said, "Please, Mr. Theodore, I'll promise I'll be good." That's what Razan Syed said.
All right, but I want a four-page essay upon what you've learned while you are here. Then, when we return,
What? Uh,
by the end
okay,
of the
roll
week.
for roll for intimidation.
Oh, of course.
And Razan Syed said, "In other words, Professor, I think I am gonna go. Uh, good luck, Hannah. You're gonna need it." That's what Razan said, and he left. And then Ian McCullen continued, "Well, there's actually just one way to put it. Not all students will actually want to stay behind and write a four-page essay in regards to what they're actually doing right now. But young Hannah over here, well, Hannah, I believe that you are an intern working with ISFET Corporation. Is that correct?" And Hannah said, "Yes, Professor, I'm an intern, but I've never met her personally. And I heard a lot of stories regarding her. That she's a humanitarian. She's helped a number of countries that's plagued by war, and many more. But never in my life that we've seen her in person." Then Ian McCullen said, "Huh? In my 50 years working here, working as an archaeologist and in museum. I've never met her in person. I heard that funny story, Hannah, that people say that she could be, a young person for many years, but nah, I don't believe in those things. I believe that this is figuration. It's being controlled by one particular person and it's a family of generations. That's all. But I'll be heading off, Professor Theodore. It's getting late. I believe that the students should actually head back to their respective dorms. And if anything, please document everything perfectly and ensure that all this. And then he put an air quote, this magical items is actually well written. Okay? Uh, then he walks away,
Well, it was a
leaving
pleasure to
you.
meet you, sir.
A pleasure to meet you, Theodore.
Oh,
Then all the other students that actually left. It was actually almost closing time for the museum. It was already 5 p.m. Hana was like excited. You would spend some time though during the first hour from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. to document the many things together with Hana. You move from the vase and then to the crowd. You move from from the mirror and Hana to the helm of fate. And then after that, you went to the globe of power, which of course magically like written here, of course, that it holds the souls of a Greek god. You scoff at the sight, of course, Theodore. Why would a Greek god's soul be stuck inside the globe? But the globe was interesting, though. When you look at it, you can see something like a swirling cloud and thunder from within the globe. Like the cloud is swirling around the globe and then thunder. Whoever did this gimmick must be really good and so on. Then after that, Hana documented the gauntlet. This gauntlet itself, if like as they say, was worn by the great warrior. But she was able to actually find many of the items. So from 5 to 6, and then 6 to 7, and then 7 to 8, and then 8 to 9. Now it's already 9 p.m. And then after that, then to 10 p.m., you documented the horn. But during this time, though, roll for your awareness. Okay.
I am never gonna
Anna,
roll that high.
Anna that looks at you and then said, um, Professor, do you hear that? You look around and you hear something. Then you heard voices. Then you turn. And then Hannah then said, okay, you can come out now. Razan, you don't have to play around with us. I know you're hiding. You don't have to make those voices. Okay, Theodore, roll for your perception.
All right.
You try to look around. There's nobody here except for you and Hannah. And then when you hear the voice is not coming from the staircase itself, but the voice is coming from the window further up, which is here, where the book is. Then Hannah actually got up to the staircase. Alright, Razan, come out! I know you're hiding. And Theodore, you'll hear the voice is coming from the book itself, the Book of Shadows.
Hmm. That's odd.
Yeah. As you went straight towards the book, you hear the voices. The voices whisper, and the voices whisper again to your head. And then after that, you hear and hear it. Okay, and roll for your presence. You head towards the book. You actually being, you feel as if that your body is slowly being pulled towards the book. That its presence, your presence, You notice that as if that your whole body is being slowly called towards the book itself. And then Hana at the top of the staircase, then looking down at the staircase, and then she looks at you. It is now already 11 p.m. And then she asks, Professor, what are you doing over there, Professor? But here, roll for your intellect. You ignore her voice. You focus on the voice from the book. The voice. You flip through the book. You read through the book. And then, after that, you read through the words and the book of shadows itself. Okay. You read a line from the book. Okay. All right, Skylock, I want you to just wing it. I don't know what you say. You can speak in Latin, you can speak in whatever mother tongue you have now. And then after that, it's like to cast some sort of incantation that you're reading on the book right now. Okay. To you? Because the book is talking to you at this very moment, but I want you to start first.
Okay. Sha, Turin, Zit Val, Crucem Tuam.
You speak the words, of course. You speak it, and you feel the book shaking. And then, from your reflection on the window, your eyes started to glow. And then your hair started to flow. Like an advertisement from a Germain hair shampoo. Your hair just flicks and flies like smoothly, like whoosh and stuff.
Epic hair flip happens, I'm assuming.
Yeah, black flip hair thing. Like, because reading the book is worth it. You think to yourself. But the voices then speaks to you again. You are the chosen one. Our power and flows through you into you. The shadows follow. The shadows hear. The shadows creep and from within. And then after that, after the book actually spoke to you, of course, you can hear a loud explosion in the distance. But this explosion, of course, was not caused by nearby here, but this explosion was caused by what happened to Grandpa many weeks ago through a fight they had with other villains. And then here, at this very moment, the window that the professor, Ian McCullen, actually told you, which was indestructible, suddenly crash. And you see a creature landed right in front of it. You notice that its dark, glowing, gooish tentacles started to actually flow. And then, after that, then it looks at you and it speaks to you in the language of shadows. And it speaks out and said, the book is ours. The book shall be ours, and you shall be ours. But the creature itself tried to actually grab the book. But before the creature actually tried to grab the book actually flew and hit your face.
Ow.
And you flew straight towards the cannon itself with the book in your face. Like you just plop, the pages just hit you squarely on the face, pop, and send you backwards, away from the creature's tentacles. And then Hana ran down the staircase trying to reach you and asked, and screaming, Professor, are you okay? She speaks out. But you're down there on the floor with the book in your face. You grab the book and then you look at the creature. You shrug. You think that this is a dream. But roll for your awareness.
Alright.
Uh-oh, it's Call of Cthulhu now.
Oh yeah. Actually, this book was founded by Dr. Jonathan and his wife, Rebecca.
I can see that no important roles are going to
Jonathan
roll
and his
good.
wife. Well, the wife is Jessica, not Rebecca.
Oh yeah, Jessica. Yep, Jessica. Sorry, Jessica. You just came into the game, so it's just Jonathan and Jessica. Yes.
I thought it was
Mhm.
Jessica Lawrence.
You wish. Jennifer
No.
Lawrence. Maybe I should change the image. Anyways, okay. But as the you lay down there, sitting, the book on your hand, the creature standing there, and then moving forward is big, it's huge. You shrug your head, you slap yourself on the face. Are you dreaming? And then you hear Hana's voice behind you as she rushes towards you and then lifted you up. And then she looks at this creature and said, and then pointing, uh, what is that? Okay, roll for your sanity roll. Sorry, wrong game. Okay. But then she looks at this creature. She looks at it and pointed. What? What is that? But the book flips, and then the creature jumps and leaps and about to crash on you and to get to Hana, but the book quickly grabs you and flung you straight backwards together with Hana as you float. And the creature just crashes next to on top of the cannon right in front of it. And then the creature then touches the cannon. The moment it touches its metal, you can hear like a hissing sound. And then the creature, this cannon. Why is everything here so dangerous? The creature speaks to you in shadows. And then Hana then set out and speaks. Professor, it's saying something, but I don't understand.
What? You, it's speaking plain English.
Oh, it's growling. It's hissing. That's what Hana is saying. But you can hear the creature speaking in plain English, in the words of shadows. And then the book then slowly then said, be careful, the book speaks. And then the creature, this dark creature, suddenly attacks and grabs Hana. As it slowly grabs Hana, and then Hana being slowly grabbed into the creature itself, and then inside of it. And Hana is now being engulfed by its gooish tentacle. Part of her leg and part of her torso is actually like coming in. And then after that, then the Book of Shadows actually like start telling to you in your talking to you, and then said, "Speak the incantation on this page. Page 0." It looks at it. And then you look at the words. And he says, "Cantrips. Level 0. What spells?" All of it is like written. What spells is this? And then the book actually said, "This, you must morph." And then the book actually speaks to you. "Choose this spell. Telemorphosis." And then you ask yourself, morph? Roll for awareness.
Alrighty. Of course.
Then you're like, you don't understand that the book keeps on telling you, morph, speak the words and morph. Okay, this one you have to wing it. What is your morphing word? Okay, is it it's morphing time? Or
I don't even think I need to do.
okay, you can say something like Avada Kedavra or something like that. I don't know, man. It's up to you. By the power
Time
of
to swarm into
Grayskull.
shadows.
Alright, so going.
Or you swing the book around. Thunder. Thunder. The cats. Oh.
This is crazy, but Cruciam Tuam.
You speak the words. Then you see some sort of wrapping started to engulf you from your feet to your thigh, to your belt area, to your torso, around your arms, and then to your face. And then after that, your eyes started to glow, and then suddenly you realize that you have a pointy hat also appearing. And then your book becomes a notebook. And then after that, then the Book of Shadows and say, "Be safe." That's what the book actually say. Then when you then after that you see a number of spells appearing before your eyes. Your knowledge and your power is yet to grow. The book actually speaks out. But in time, you will be able to defeat the shadows. The book said, you see, hold the book. Then the book was now in your hand. And then you quickly change into something else. And then Hana, as she's slowly being engulfed into the shadows, she like actually then she actually said, she speaks out loud, and then she looks at you, Theodore. It's 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 a thaumaturge. She speaks out, and the Shadow Knight speaks out and said, "So you are thaumaturge." The Shadow Knight actually said. And then when you look at it, roll for your intellect.
All right. At this point, I'm not expecting much considering my previous rolls, but yeah.
Okay. Then after that, the Shadow speaks in its shadows and said, "Say, yeah, thaumaturge." And you think to yourself, a thaumaturge? That's like a work of wonders, such as like a performer of miracles, a wizard, a magician. Then after that, the book then says, then we'll stick with that. That's what the book said. Then the creature then lunges at you and attacks you with a number of tentacles. Okay, I'm gonna roll to attack. There's no need for initiative rolls because it's gonna be bouncing in and out. So it's gonna be the creature, then to you. It attacks you.
Yep.
Roll for your dodge.
Uh, dodge. Oh, of course, now I get the decent rolls.
Right. You dodge to the side. You roll. The creature attacks. It hits the horn. The horn fell on the floor. Bam! Hell out bombs. And then after that, then the book quickly flips. It flips, it flips, it flips. It flips all the way to 9th level spell. Ah, too powerful, the book said. Then it flips all the way back to cantrip spells. This is the only thing you could use. Firebolt is the first spell. Then you look at your spells. And then you see the words, the incantation. What time? 3 hours? 4. 5 times. Okay. Alright. Okay. You look at the spells. You look at the number of spells like Fireball, and number of spells. And then Mystic Bolt. Then after that, then the book actually said, the creature is weak against Mystic. Use this. Then you
Yo.
cast your spell and shoot. And then you see a ball of energy appearing. You've never seen this before, but your eyes surprised. Your eyes is glowing around this time. You cast it. And then after that, then the book said, focus a spell on your palm and shoot at the creature. Throw it as a fastball. I think that's what they call it in this term. Okay, then you shoot. The creature then just actually jumps away easily, crashing through the vast, of course, bringing Hana together with her. And Hana was still stuck there. You're trying to avoid to hit Hana. And then the shadow, and she speaks out, I will absorb her and taint her mind. Thaumaturge. And now it's your turn. You look at the number of books, you look at the number of spells. You have to stop this creature from jumping around. Which spell? You think to yourself, which spell? Then the book then tell you in your mind. The chains. The chains of Karadalas. The book said. But it's difficult, you ask yourself. How would you be able to cast this spell? Okay, wait.
Um, so then I'd be using this one. I didn't know if it's my turn again yet.
Okay, right, nothing. My wife was telling me because my daughter need to go to some party later, and my wife is bringing my son somewhere, so I have to bring my daughter down. So yep. So we actually let's do this quick. Okay, all right. Now you choose your spells. You cast it. Okay, chains.
Oh, I
Right.
see. It's doing the thing where it
Mm.
doesn't calculate things right.
Yeah, well, doesn't matter. Okay, all right. I think the DC is 15 because it's not supposed to be 10 and 5. It's supposed to be 15, 10, and 5. Okay. Now let me actually roll for it. The moment you cast the chains, a number
Sorry
of
about that.
mystical chains appeared from beneath the floor and grabs the creature and chain it up. And the creature, like, looking at this, the chain of Karadras. How dare you chain me, wizard? Okay, he cannot move, but he can still attack.
All right.
And you notice its tentacles from his mouth starts hitting you and roll for dodge.
I've seen enough
Okay.
hentai to know where this is going.
Can you? Okay. All right. After you
Yikes.
being tentacled, you got dragged to him immediately, grabs you, and brings you over. And you notice its mouth and its tentacles started to grow some sort of shadowy teeth. You saw the teeth, right, to actually chew you up. Okay, what you want to do? You flip through the book looking at it. What spells?
Let's see. I will. I don't know if I can do that. I would like to try to Mystic Bolt it in the face and hopefully get it off me. Give that a shot. And hopefully, of course not.
Then, wait a minute. There's something wrong with your dice rolls.
Yeah,
20 plus 006. So it's supposed to be. I think it's supposed to be higher than 6.
yeah. I
Because you're.
don't. Yeah, I'm noticing some of my rolls are having issues.
Wait, let me look at your character sheet really quick. This is not supposed to be like this. Okay. You have. Okay, let me see what skill was this. Mystic Bolt. Your Mystic Bolt supposed to be a 4. So it's supposed to be a 10.
Okay.
Okay, not 6. It's supposed to be a 10. The 6 is the base 320. The 4 is supposed to be added there. Okay,
Yeah,
so.
that one had accuracy on it, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's not supposed to be like this. Okay, let me roll for the creature's dodge because it's already chained. So I have a -5 to my dodge. Okay, then. Alright, you use your Mystic Bolt. You hit the creature. And then after that, the creature then actually like screams in pain because I roll for his toughness. The toughness is unable to beat your 19. And then the creature like got hit. Your Mystic Bolt itself hurts the shadows really, really painfully. And then the shadow is like screaming. And the moment it screams, it's trying to run away. And as it tried to run away, Hana actually drops on the floor and filled with dark, dark shadowish, gooey stings on her body. And luckily, Yamanari is not here. Otherwise, it's just gonna stand there and say, "I watch a lot of hentai to see where this is going." And stuff. Then, all right. But the creature then attacks you again with his tentacle. Roll for dodge. Your dodge is supposed to be higher than this. So actually, roll for dodge.
I think
Okay,
that's actually right.
your dodge is calculated. Yeah, it's 10 plus 4. Okay, it's
Yeah.
calculated.
Yep.
Okay, just
That's
your
how
mystic
I.
bolt.
Okay.
It's not. All right, you dodge to the side, and then the creature, after attacking you with the tentacle, you dodge. Then you quickly cast another spell. You realize that your mystic bolt hurts this shadow, and then you do it again. Okay, roll for your mystic bolt. Just roll d20. Okay, see the stat is 66666 every single time. So just roll d20 because the d20 is not added in. Not too sure why.
Yeah, I think it has something to do with how the system does the import.
Yeah, so it's supposed to be a hit. Yep, it's a hit.
All right.
Okay, yep.
And do I do
Right.
another for the damage thing?
Yep. Let me roll for dodge. Okay, dodge fail. Let me roll for toughness. Okay, toughness also fail against your mystic bolt. Okay, because mystic bolt actually deals a lot of damage for against the shadows. Then, after that, your bright mystical bolt hits the creatures, sending it like flying. And then you notice that it started to melt. And it melted to the floor. As it melted, it says to you in its shadowy language, "We will be back. We will be back, Thaumaturge. Then it vanished. Hana was dazed. She didn't know what happened. Then she fell unconscious. The moment she fell unconscious, your book changed back into a history book, and you quickly rush towards Hana Maluf to see if she's okay. Then she's not moving, and then you quickly, and then after that, the alarm actually sounded after within like midnight, within that 1 hour's time. Ian McCullen arrived at the scene and rushed towards you and asked you what happened. Do you tell him the truth, or you're not too sure whether that is the truth because you're not too sure whether everything was a hallucination?
I'm not sure what happened exactly, but somebody broke in, and he's going to point at the shattered bulletproof window.
You point at the shattered window. He was shocked. He was surprised. And he asked you, the book! What happened to the book? Roll for your awareness. When you look at the pedestal, the book is still there. And then you point at Ian McCullen. And Ian McCullen has said, the book. Finally, the book. I was worried, Theodore. The book costs a fortune, but you're surprised, Theodore. Why is the book there? You look at your book, you look at your history book, and your history book tells you that it's just merely an illusion. An illusion to the mind to merely say that I am always be there, but nothing else, nothing more. The book that is there currently, Theodore, is your history book. But now I am your history book. Okay, roll 4. Okay, you heard that he said that is just merely your history book that's on the pedestal right now. But now I am your history book. Roll for insight.
All right.
Okay, now he's actually saying that that one is just a facade, like just a ruse. But the one that's the Book of Shadows, the real one, you are the one with it. And now the book actually tells you, now you are to go and study me. But as time goes by, you will learn how to use me, and I will learn how to protect you. And now you who next will be the protector of magic. But you must bring the young child to the hospital. She will be treated for her wounds. She is tainted, Theodore, tainted by the shadow. And then you lift Hannah Maluk up. You bring her towards the ambulance. Then after you bring her towards the ambulance brought her to the hospital. You stood there, and then you waited. And then after the doctor said there's nothing wrong with Hannah Maluf. After a few weeks, so Hannah Maluf was okay. Then she got back, and then she got up, and then after that she got back to school, like a normal student that she is. But that was then. And then, that was then. And this is now. After the battle, Thaumaturge, you notice a young hero and the blue dragon actually brought a woman in ice towards the hospital. You remember the event in your head. Another young innocent attacked by the evil that's actually plaguing the city. Whoever Kuroi-Ryu is, he is tainting Miracle City with his dark scales. And the book tells you you must save the woman before the young woman is tainted by its scales again. You use your spells, Thaumaturge. You look around. You wanted to talk to Grandpa and also the Phantom Ghost about what you know, about what you found. But Grandpa and the Phantom Ghost was actually busy attending to the many reporters that was saved by another young hero that you know that controls people with his mind. You don't know who this person is, but you have a strong feeling he roughly knows? Because the book actually tells you. Because you and the book are two and the same. The book also can roll for twice. Imagine when you hold the book, it's like you're having another character in your character sheet. So instead of like when you all ask you to roll for perception, you roll for thaumaturge. Then after that you roll for perception again, as a book. Then you followed the blue dragon towards the hospital, thinking that you could actually save her. And during this time, Mnemonic actually took the ice shard from the floor and decided to also head straight towards the hospital, towards the forensics team department. And during this time itself, Grandpa, you answered all the other reporters' questions. You did. And for Phantom Ghost, you answered the same. But, Grandpa, after talking to the number of reporters itself, you receive a call. A call from General Ross. And then General Ross and asks you, Grandpa, Grandpa, are you there?
I'm here.
Grandpa,
What? I'm here. What do you need?
I saw the news, Grandpa. Bring the Phantom Ghost, bring Ubshanti with you. Toast the ways, we need to discuss something of importance urgently, right now.
Understood. I'm bringing him in.
Right. You put on the phone, you look at Phantom Ghost, or Shamti. And then, Shamti, you see Grandpa's face. Then he walks towards you. Okay, Grandpa, to Shamti.
Okay. Usha, I'm calling him Phantom Ghost for this. Phantom.
Mhm.
I just got a call from the general. He wants us there. He wants us to get back to him immediately.
Okay.
After you two like walk off, you're about to actually go head off to you actually conjured up your golf cart, Grandpa. And then you and Ubshanti then sat on it. And then this man walks over.
I mean,
What is it?
I
You're
was gonna
using
pick it up
magic.
and fly it, but okay.
Well, it's
Okay,
actually
who's
not.
faster? The golf cart or who's faster? Phantom Ghost or the golf cart?
Well, it's not
Probably
actually a physical
Phantom
golf
Ghost.
cart. It's just my way of gaining my personal way of gaining super speed. Is all.
Ah, all right. Okay, so it's not a travel thing. So I guess Uchanti will probably like lift you up then.
Probably, yeah.
Right? Okay, simple as that. Okay, Uchanti, you actually lifted, you actually assisted Grandpa, and you flew off towards the military base, the secret military base. And at the moment you landed, you went straight to the elevator, and you went down to meet up with the general and also Betty Ross, and also the scientist that has been helping you ever since her grandfather to her father and then to her, Dr. Cleo. Dr. Cleo, apparently. To you, to Shanti, you've always fascinated with her. The reason is because she is the direct reincarnation of Cleopatra.
God fucking damn it.
Immediately kneels.
Yeah, I was gonna
But-
say that immediately.
Hey! She's not royalty in this life, mate.
Yeah, she's not royalty. She's just
Yeah,
a
but
scientist.
I did do an oath to protect her for eternity.
Pardon.
Well, eternity can be quite, misinterpreted. I mean, it could be eternity for that lifetime, but that doesn't mean, every single
Well,
reincarnation.
no, he's still the same person. He's immortal.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
Ted,
Yeah.
Thaddeus Ross,
It's not a-
General
it's- he's-
Thaddeus
he-
Ross.
Yeah.
Okay, what is it? What is that, Zal?
No. Go on.
All right. Okay. General Thaddeus Ross was surprised to see you actually heading straight to Dr. Cleo. And then you kneeled in front of her. Dr. Cleo then actually said, Uh, you know, what are you doing? Why are you kneeling in front of me? Ushanti.
I'm just
And
gonna
then
ask our character real quick. Would she know Egyptian?
you speak to her in Egyptian language.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, what do you say in Egyptian?
Um,
You don't have to
hang on,
say
look my
Egyptian in
notes somewhere.
Egyptian. You can
No,
just like
no.
in English, but in Egyptian.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was like trying to work it out. I was probably gonna say "Welcome back, my queen" or something like that.
All right. You say like that. Welcome back, my queen, in Egyptian. And then Dr. Cleo was so caught by surprise and said, "No, no, 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 no. I'm not your queen. I'm not." And then Betty Ross actually got up from her chair and said, Dr. Cleo, I believe that he thinks you're the Cleopatra. Maybe because you're the reincarnation of Queen Cleopatra? Okay,
At this
Grandpa,
point,
roll for insight.
okay. Okay, rolling for insight.
This is a goddamn twist.
Your medallion started to glow, though. Your amulet glows, Grandpa. When Ushanti kneeled and Cleopatra then said, it's like, no, I'm not your queen. But the amulet said, you sent something. Maybe what Dr. Betty Ross then said is like that this could be that she could be the reincarnation of Cleopatra. The other guards that stood there that actually stayed quiet. They turned their chair to actually look and they start talking. Is this even possible? They asked. Okay, Grandpa, to you.
Okay. Obviously, Grandpa, well, Andrew is going to say, something's going on here that I'm not sure about, and it's making my head hurt. Ethan, can you explain what exactly is going on while you're kneeling before her and speaking in... I have no idea that it's ancient Egyptian. The only language I know is English. So I'm just going to say...
I was gonna say
why,
speaking a gibberish.
and why are you speaking in gobbledygook?
Ancient Egyptian and modern Egyptians are two different things.
Yeah.
Yeah, ancient and
different
modern
versions.
Egyptian is the same difference between Latin and Italian.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Dr.
English and Old
Cleo.
English, which are totally different languages.
Yeah. It's like old English, like ancient English. I think there is some ancient English out there. Just that our English is modernized, and that's the thing. Dr. Cleo then said, Grandpa, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry, sir. The scientist actually said. I mean, Andrew Galloway, sir. She said. He's Ubshanti said that I am his queen. He was speaking in like ancient Hebrew or ancient Egyptian.
Really? Boy,
That I
boy,
am
Ethan, you've got a
his
past that
queen.
I haven't even dared to unpack before.
And then Thaddeus Ross continued, and that is where you come in, Mr. Galloway. We want you to be his guardian.
Really?
Yes.
Well, I'm...
And Betty Ross then continued, not only just the guardian, Mr. Andrews, but a guardian caretaker, and we want you to register him in Miracle College as his guardian.
Why do I have to be babysat by a child?
And also, Thaddeus Rosen continued, and Grandpa, we want you to be the... Well, we have sent a memo and also a fake resume to the school to say to the principal that you're going to be the vice principal of Miracle College.
I
me?
feel really bad for Eugene Woods right now. First, Grandpa says you can't be my sidekick, and now Grandpa goes and adopts some other little fucking shithead.
No.
I mean,
And
to
on
be
top of that,
fair,
he's
the other little shithead is older than him.
And,
This is
and on
why
top of
Eugene Woods. This is why
Don't
Eugene
look
Woods
at-
looks like Grandpa. Eugene Woods looked at Grandpa and said, "So this is my supervillain story."
So Grandpa's not really. So honestly, Andrew Galloway at the moment is not really thinking about Eugene because he's thinking, oh my goodness. I mean, he's got 3 kids and 7 grandkids. He's not sure. He's not exactly sure how they're going to feel about him adopting someone else. But then again, his identity is public, so it probably won't make too much of a difference to his reputation. And yeah, he does actually have 3 kids and 7 grandkids.
Yes. Okay, Ushanti, how are you gonna take this? How are you gonna roleplay this? Because Professor Betty Ross, scientist Betty Ross, wants you to be cared by Grandpa, and Dr. Cleo then looks at you, Shanti, raises you up, and said, "I want you to go to school." That's what Dr. Cleo said. You need to learn more about the culture, the modern society. Dr. Cleo told you, Shanti, and we even have thought of a name for you. And Thaddeus Rawson said, "Yes. And now, Shanti, you are known as Ethan Hartwell. Here's your file." He passes you a file, and then he walks over to Grandpa and passes him a file. And now you are now the legal guardian of Ethan Hartwell. And Dr. Cleo then said, "You are a child, probably from the orphanage, and you don't know your family. You don't have any parents." And then Grandpa actually felt that you should be taken care of, Ethan Hartwell, and to be sent to school.
Did we miss the part about him inheriting some amount of money? I mean, he got the father figure right there, but he needs the endless wealth. And to one day wander into a cave and says, "I am the knight."
No, that's a different.
I'm
That's a
not
different.
Batman.
No, that's
Don't spoil it. Don't spoil it. But Thaddeus Ross then actually walks over. Grandpa, there is something else that I want to tell you.
I'm the knight.
Here's a special property that was recently abandoned. It was previously owned by the man named Charles Xavier, and the mansion is, well, currently empty and, well, uncapped off. But now you are the sole owner because Ethan Hartwell's, well, let's just say in his information that his family left him a huge fortune. Congratulations,
How the
Grandpa.
hell did you
You
get
stood
this
there, you
fortune
couldn't say a
from?
word.
I'm thinking to myself, the logistics of this are going to be insane. I don't know how I'm going to my thought is I don't know how I'm gonna do this, but I am gonna do this.
Betty Ross
He
continued.
knows he's going
Betty
to.
Ross,
He just
Betty
hasn't the
Ross
faintest
continued,
idea
Grandpa.
how he's gonna do this.
Right. Okay, Betty Ross then continued after that, Grandpa. And after that she said, Mr. Andrews, if you notice, and we notice, you were recently attacked by 4 super criminals that specifically targeted you alone. And if not for the intervention of this particular person, she points to the monitor screen behind her and next to her and a holographic screen, and then she shows Force. And then she shows another person with a pointy hat casting magic. And then Betty Ross was saying, "We have no information who these people are. But what we do know, they're heading to the hospital as we speak. So with this current information, and with perhaps Blue Dragon's help, I'll be calling him after this. But Grandpa and Ushanti, if you have the time, head straight towards the hospital and try to see if you can talk to these people. Exhibit A and Exhibit B, which is Thaumaturge and Force. Exhibit A is Thaumaturge, Exhibit B is Force. And then after that, we want you to actually speak to them, Grandpa."
Is this the one that was telling me?
Betty
Oh.
Ross. Okay. I think I should reveal so that you guys as the players can see their names. Okay,
Yeah,
so
'cause,
Grackloof, you won't get too confused who is who.
yeah, because I was a bit confused. Because I was like, who's who? Okay.
Okay. I'm not gonna show these guys because this is guard A, guard B, guard C, guard D, or whatever. Okay, right. Okay, now then Dr. Cleo actually told you, Ethan Hartwell, that then you're gonna go to college, you're gonna learn about life. Because as what you are now, we cannot keep you inside a tube forever, Ashanti, to be studied. But the moment we saw this particular person here and this footage over here, and you look at the footage though, creatures, not humans, creatures that looks like shadows appearing in the city on rooftops looking at the fight, and you see one particular person that looks humanoid in nature shrouded in shadow itself while you were all busy fighting Shroud, Energon, Minesweeper, and Ice Cold. And this person was just standing there looking at all of you fight. This was taken from our satellite, apparently. And he was accompanied by these shadow creatures. We do not know why. But we suspect that this could be a part of Kuroi-Ryu's plan to start some sort of evil creatures or evil entities across the city itself. That's what Dr. Cleo just said. But I am just here to actually help you, Ushanti. Or your new name, Ethan. I'm just here to help you, Ethan. But I'm also here to learn more about yourself, to learn more about your powers and abilities. And if anything, well, with the will that was actually given, and also and this place that was given to Grandpa, that Grandpa's only going to be attacked every so often if you were to stay in your current apartment, Grandpa. But that's your choice, Dr. Cleo said. Then Thaddeus Ross then continued, "There's a choice that you have to make, Grandpa, and also Shanti. You could stay here to be studied more by us, but you will not learn much. You will not grow to be a well-mannered person, as to speak. Your mind is of that of an old Egyptian person, so to say. You got no modern knowledge.
I am not an elder. Excuse me?
You might,
Yeah.
you might as well
Right,
be.
we are back.
I mean, let's just face it. You are when it comes to technology. You should be freaking out into this.
Yeah. To be fair, I've looked at everything like, what the hell are these things? Yeah, Ashanti does just say he follows his queen's demands. Well, queen's orders. Even though they aren't really orders, but she still asks him to do it, so therefore he considers them as orders.
Okay.
Okay, I would Grandpa has
Mhm.
in terms of because the decision he's making primarily concerns the prospect of him either staying in his apartment or moving into the Charles
Mansion.
Xavier's old
Mansion.
Okay, yes, the old mansion, and he's and here's what he's going to say. He's going to say, they know who I am, and if they know that, then they can know where they live, where I live, and if they know where I live, they can destroy it. And I live in a retirement village, so who knows how many people are also going to be lost just because of me. For the sake of my old friend at the retirement village, especially old George and Patrick, I think I'll take the mansion.
Thaddeus Ross then continued again and asked you, Grandpa, I want you to actually speak to Yamanari about this and see if he agrees to stay together with you, Grandpa. Together with you, Yamanari and Ushanti, if you were to attack by these so-called villains, they wanted you dead. At least you have some sort of protection. But these people, he points at a footage of red hair, Aizen's character, which is a question mark at this very moment. And then after that, the young man, another young man, which is Force, question mark. After that, Thaumaturge, question mark.
I'm pulling the whole Batman thing
And then after that,
real good. Not as soon as the bad guys are like apprehended, I yeet myself out. I don't even stay for like a press conference.
we want you to work within the vicinity of the college, Grandpa. We suspect that these particular people are college students. Okay, Thaumaturge actually like, okay, college student. Yeah, he might be not. But Grandpa, you are there to work together with Yamanari to find out who these people are. But if you know who they really are, try to persuade them to join your side. Because at this very moment, Grandpa, you need a team. It seems that villains nowadays is forming a team against you. And if you are not to work together with this particular group of heroes, you're all going to be taken down one by one by them. This is what I feel. Kuroi-Ryu.
Avengers and X-Men.
Kuroi-Ryu have brought this up with them. And Kuroi-Ryu knows what's going to happen. It seems that his scales is still scattered across the city, and whoever hates you at this very moment, the criminals that you and the others have captured, they bear some sort of hate, and this hatred is guiding them, building up. And if it's too late, we won't have enough firepower to stop them. And then Betty Ross then continued and said, at this very moment, Grandpa, we are coming up with a group of people that's trying to build a special vault for them to keep these super criminals at bay. We're trying to come up with a special task force, specifically just to stop them. But the funding itself is going to be tremendous. Now we're seeking sponsors, government sponsors, to see if they could actually help us, to actually give us the sponsor that we need to build this particular vault. Then Thaddeus Ross then continued and said, I have sent a request to a particular person. She is well known in terms of, well, humanitarian help. And she's been helping the government in building a number of military installations across the world. Her company is known as ISFET. You heard about that, Grandpa. But the moment you heard the name...
Yeah, I was about to say, the moment that Isfet hears it, he starts yelling in Egyptian.
Roll for your will.
Okay. Hurry up!
Ooh.
Okay, you passed. It's like Cleo holds your shoulder and said, and Cleo tells you straight, Shanti, and said, this can't be the same person, Ethan. There's no other person other than yourself.
It's just a common name.
We have checked every data, everything, ever since the 14th century up to the 10th century. No, it couldn't be. Isfet died. She couldn't be an immortal, just like you. You heard what Cleo said, and you stop. And you clench your fist, then you let go. You believe her. It can't be the same
Well, I
person.
always believe my queen.
Yeah, right. Dr. Cleo will be there. Dr. Cleo said, I will be there to ensure that I help Grandpa. If Grandpa were to find others just like you, or just like him, then Mr. Holloway, Dr. Cleo then asked, if there are others, then it's your task to actually seek them out and find them. Recruit them before Kuroi-Ryu Scales could, and train them.
And well, for the sake of everyone here in Miracle City, I'm gonna do just that. If someone's going to take these kids and teach them to learn to use their powers, it better be a force for good. And while I admit I'm not the best at teachers, I'm a lot of a better teacher than those Scales are. I'll take you up on your offer. When do we start?
Thaddeus Ross said, "Walk. Huh, glad that you asked. You'll start tomorrow." And then both you and Ubshanti's eyes like widen. Tomorrow morning, back to school it is, Dr. Cleo
I
then said.
have to get up to go to whatever that thing is.
Instantly start playing Glee Club music.
It's like, and after that, then Ushanti on the stage, don't stop believing. And your power go up. And then suddenly I would just say, all right,
Egyptian.
Until he basically
I want to
finished-
see Mnemonic, it's like Ushanti, Tamertush, Force, Blue Dragon, and Grandpa and Red Air on the stage become the Glee Club and singing Don't Stop Believing. Okay.
Don't worry, they'll
Then
be new Backstreet Boys.
Force would say, no. I don't dance.
All right.
You
Okay,
don't
Grandpa.
dance, but you could sing.
Yeah, exactly. You don't dance, but you could sing. Or you could play the solo.
He would
guitar.
just look at you. Do you want to listen to a dead moose screaming?
Or you can dance if you want to. You can leave your friends behind. If they don't dance, then they're no friends of mine.
Oh,
I'll
boy, you're
just stay
bringing back
backstage and give you all a telekinetic platform to dance on.
Okay. Once I come back from Korea and after when I go to each and every student, you guys need to monologue your character like the beginning of Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon. Hi, my name is Peter Parker. I'm here in Miracle
Oh,
College.
We all suddenly got picked up for the college intake ad.
Oh god.
Just a series
Yeah.
of advertisements.
Yeah, and after that, they have to advertise himself like a college teacher, like when Coulson became a teacher in the school to look after Peter Parker and the rest of the other superheroes.
I'm not
wow.
gonna be surprised if we started building like secret passages in the school so that hey, let's go to this mysterious janitor closet, press a button, and it's an elevator to an underground hideout.
Who's to say that somebody didn't do it first?
Oh yeah, true. We just need to unlock it so that we can be surprised that that weirdo janitor who doesn't speak says, "My name is Nick Fury."
The janitor is the dean of the college and he's an old superhero.
Oh yes, yes.
Okay,
yes,
now-
it does work.
Oh my
It does work.
All right, let me go to the next scene. Okay, Grandpa, you heard the news from General Thaddeus Ross. He said that you'll start tomorrow. So you'll be going to school, you'll be going to the principal, you'll be introducing Ushanti or Ethan to the school as a vice principal. Okay, so now let's go to the hospital. In the morgue, of course. Meanwhile, Jason, okay, either you transform back into your regular schoolboy uniform or you come in as Mnemonic.
Actually, I come in as Mnemonic, but I have no control over my token.
Okay, Mnemonic, let me give control. Okay. The moment you enter the morgue, the hospital morgue, you know that when you came here, you quickly change in one of the janitor's closet and then rush here to where your uncle is working. But the moment you entered, you see a particular person. You know her because she works with your dad and she works with your uncle. She is Lieutenant Megan Donner, and she turns and said, "Jason, what are you doing here?"
Oh, hi, Miss Donna. I was looking for my Uncle Horatio, if that's okay with you.
Lieutenant Megan Donner, and after that's like turns and she was actually printing some stuff and said, I think I saw him like deep in the room doing some sort of autopsy. There's so many cases recently. I can't tell you the detail, Jason. Yeah, this is strictly the department's work. But hey, but just want to ask. I heard that your dad is coming towards the city, and he will be taking over as captain very soon.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And Well, he seems to be looking into the cases and looking into the incident caused by Grandpa and the others. And do you know that your dad doesn't seem to like superheroes so much? Or vigilantes?
I know he basically believed that if they want to do good, then they can apply to be a police officer. I mean, I can't blame the
Hmm.
guy for, for his wishful thinking, but hey, at least they do, more good than an average police officer without getting paid.
You probably
That's
won't understand,
harsh.
Jason. It's like Megan, the daughter of Megan Donner just said, "Oh, you probably won't understand, Jason. You're still young. Besides, you're learning law.
Mm-hmm.
Being a law enforcement officer and being a lawyer safely behind a desk is two different things. You wouldn't know. But tell your dad I said hi.
Oh, definitely. As I basically walk, I just say hi to, everybody and everything. I'm like, until I basically see him in front of his desk, like somehow when he turns around, he does the whole flip the hair thing and puts on the, the glass.
No, he actually didn't put on the glasses. He was actually surprised to
Hmm.
actually see you. And then your uncle then turned and said, Jason, what are you doing here?
Oh, I'm glad I caught you in, Uncle Horatio. I need some of your expertise as a being the best CSI ever in the whole city, over the whole continent.
Hmm. And then before you could say anything, Eric Delco walks over to you and actually hits you on the shoulder and said, Hey, Jason, you had straight toes Horatio and you even say hi to myself and Tim?
Oh, I just assumed you're busy. Hey, Delco, what's up, my man? I just like high five him and I'm like giving him the bro hug and everything.
High five, bro hug and everything. And he said, Hey, what's with the face? Wait, you look exhausted. What happened?
Oh, a couple of idiots. I'm pretty sure you saw them on the news. Those superpowered villains. They've attacked the city, and I had to make sure that no civilian gets hurt. And in the process, I got some really cool stuff. Like I show him like the air quotation, the video that I have downloaded from like the internet. And finally, I've gotten a sample from one of them after they have fled, which I'm hoping Uncle Horatio and everybody here could help analyze it so that, you guys can just tell the police on how to maybe apprehend them. As I give Uncle Horatio the vial with the ice particles from the ice villain.
Okay, you put him. You give it to him and he looks at it. It's still ice cold though. And then he said, Hey, where you got this sample?
When the ice villain have escaped and before the police, they have surrounded the area and whatnot, I was able to snag it. I wasn't gonna let some city official get their hands on it without letting the best CSI team in the whole.
Horatio came and said, taking some sort of sample from a crime scene is a crime, Jason.
I know. I just, decided that maybe somebody with your expertise could, take a look at it. I mean, would you rather be the one who unlocked the whole secret behind how to stop those villains? Or, hear about it from some city official who tells you what to do, Uncle Horatio? Come on, you're the best CSI ever. You locked the most toughest cases with practically almost second to nothing of evidence. Only because you acted on instinct, and I'm following in your footsteps. I am acting on instinct.
If you were if you're following on my footstep, then you shouldn't be a lawyer. Then you should be working yourself in college to be a CSI agent, to be working in the CSI, other than trying to be a lawyer. You should be taking more of your father's job, being a detective, and also so you can actually help us if you wanted to. But you want to be a lawyer behind a desk. Isn't this is what you're supposed to be doing, Jason?
Yeah, but I'd like to, be a little bit of an adventurous for a while.
You can't be an adventurous person if you're a lawyer.
I know.
Eric Delco then continued, You can't be an adventurous person by being a lawyer. If you want to be adventurous, just stay here, opening up corpses so you can actually see what's going on with them. But Eric Delco then continued, Well, that's your life, Jason. It's up to you.
Mm-hmm.
Then Horatio Kane actually brings the sample over, and then after that, go to a particular. Then after that, head over towards Alex Wood. Alex Wood was actually like looking into some sort of body, and then she was actually whispering to herself and said, "Ah, baby, baby." He said, "You shouldn't have been like this. But so young and so beautiful, and now you're gone." But she's looking at this young person that actually is on the table. When you look at it, though, roll for your will.
Okay, will. Where is it? Ah. I have a nerve of steel.
What about your
Okay.
stomach?
Yeah, he has it. Let's
And
just say he's seen enough like horror movies to last him a lifetime. The sight of corpses means
Alex-
Real life is different.
yes.
Horatio Kane then said, then after that, pass it over. Then after that, then Alex Wood and walk over to one desk and then look into it. And then Horatio Kane then turned to you, Jason. You know, taking such thing as evidence such as this, you're actually walking on thin ice, Jason. Oh.
I just simply like raise an eyebrow and say to him, Uncle Horatio, really? The thin ice joke while holding a vial filled with thin ice in it? You couldn't resist not saying it, right? You could not resist it. Yes, I am
Okay,
walking.
rolling for Alex Wood. Alex Wood and said, "Sorry to interrupt the both of you, but look at this. It's the same sample that we actually found from the corpses."
Okay,
And then Horatio Kane and looked into it. Okay, this is definitely beyond your expertise, Jason. Okay, let's us handle this, and you head back straight towards college. Take a night off. You look like you're really tired, and you look like you've been in a fight. Okay, you can't hide from Horatio Kane's inside check.
oh no.
Okay, so you can lie to him. He's probably gonna find out who you are sooner or later anyway.
Yeah, I know.
He's-
Okay, there is another way of trying to get the information out of him, but in a much more friendlier type of way. I just say this to him, Uncle Horatio, I'm in the college newspaper club and all. Can I get an exclusive so at least I can get something nice out of it? Pretty please, an exclusive to us.
Roll for your
Oh
persuasion.
God.
Yep.
Roll for your persuasion versus his insight.
Okay.
Pray for net 20.
Yeah, pray for net 20.
Oh,
No,
Oh.
still very low. I rolled for his
Oh, no.
insight already. I got a 26. Okay, so
it's better than
looks
than
at
a
you.
10. It's better than a 10. I would say, yeah, it's better than a 10.
he looks at you and said, I don't think your college newspaper would actually want to write on certain things just like this. You can just write whatever you want, Jason. But he touches your shoulder. Stop trying to be a lawyer and be a detective. You're mine. He taps you on your forehead. He taps you on your forehead with his finger. Use this weapon of yours to good use, Jason. You are needed in the streets, not in the sheets.
Wow.
Wow. I'll just say this to him. Okay, if I were to transfer to the CSR, to the criminology courses, hopefully before summer break, can I still be here? And I can download the paperwork
Well,
in as soon as I come back, and I'll have you sign them to give me a nice recommendation ish.
well, you need to talk to your dad about that. Well, he's gonna be transferred soon. Why don't you head over towards the precinct and give him a call, say hi, and ask for a college change, a course change from being a lawyer to know about what you want to learn about, which is biology, Scientology, or anything. But just come over here during after your first year of college, before you head over to your second year, and we can talk about it. And you can learn with Alex Wood, and maybe you can talk to Tim or even Eric. Heck, you can even follow Officer Megan Donner in many of the cases.
Definitely. Can I get an exclusive right now? An early experience? I mean, I might, fresh eyes might help and all. Pretty please.
Alex Wood continued and said, "Jason, I would like to actually tell you about what we found, but judging by the reports I have, I do suggest that you should actually look into a certain report. I think then Horatio Kane continued, I believe those a group of superheroes are here. But I would actually like to extend my hand and shake hands with Blue Dragon, but apparently I need to look into this and see if anything here would actually make some sort of sense, if you know what I mean. But I think this scales of evil could be solved sooner or later. Well, you noticed that Horatio Kane and Alex Wood is actually busy, Jason, but he told you that the Blue Dragon actually just arrived at the hospital, which is actually at the top floor, which you actually at the ground floor area, lower ground area, at the coral section. And what do you do? Do you want to stay here, or you want to go up and see what's going on?
Since they still need time to study these things, I'll actually go up to the Blue Dragon since he's basically here. So I tell them that I'll just say this to them. I'll go up and say hi to the Blue Dragon, maybe get an autograph and ask him to, swing by this place, meet the magnificent people who can crack a crime from even a bunch of icicles over there. Ah, you see what I did there? Icicles. Yeah, I'm such a killing myself. Anyway,
He just raised an eyebrow. No, you're not ready yet. That's what I told you. You're not ready yet, Jason. You're not ready.
yeah. Okay. See you later, Alex. I'm just gonna take an autograph, maybe bring him here, and who knows? As I basically walk away, like breathing a sigh of relief that I gave him what I need to, I just say to Officer Megan, "See you later, Megan. Take care." As I go up to where the Blue Dragon is.
All right. Okay. Meanwhile, Blue Dragon and Force. Thaumaturge is still flying over slowly to where you guys are. Blue Dragon, you brought Lady in Ice and put her right in front, right in the middle of the hospital. The nurses and the other doctors rush in to see what's going on. One nurse actually rushed in, touches the ice, and her hand was slightly like frozen, like, that hurts. She speaks out, then she go back. And one nurse, they ask you, okay, Force just will ask you, are you still in your superhero getup? Okay, I need to ask you, right? I want you to look for a new image that shows you as a superhero.
Well, that's the thing. That's not appropriate yet because he hasn't fully committed to the bit yet. He hasn't actually chosen an outfit.
All right, okay. Maybe next time in the future, year 2 or something.
So right now, the only thing he's doing to cover his identity, he's wearing a beanie and mirror shades. The only part of his face that's visible is the lower half, and they can't see his hair.
All right, okay. Now, okay, I'm gonna go to, okay, right, Yamanari, you put the Lady in Ice down slowly, not to crack the ice at all. You put it there. The nurses couldn't do much. They stood there and then looking, and then shock and surprise. One doctor walked over to you, Yamanari, and then she said, "Blue Dragon, what happened here?" You turned to actually face her.
It seems there was an attack earlier today. This woman has been encased in ice due to one of the villain's powers.
I saw the news, Blue Dragon. It was a man built like an ice cube. Wait, Ice Cube. Hey, that could be my next villain name, she purrs herself. No, I'm kidding with you, Blue Dragon. I'm not a villain. I'm here to help. So, okay, this delicate. The nurses then look around, didn't know what to do. And then the doctor then said, "Somebody get a blowtorch." The nurse said, "Blowtorch? We don't have that." Then the nurse then looks at you, Force, and then she asks, "Excuse me, I don't think you're supposed to be here, but are you with Blue Dragon?" The nurse asks you, Force.
I'm the one that carried her. He gives he demonstrates by just gently lifting the crystal gently floats up into the air, then floats back down. If you guys need to move this around the place, I can help.
No, we'll just leave her here, but there's no emergency room that you can think of to actually help her. And the emergency room is too small for this ice block to actually go through the door. Okay, we need to find something. Then the nurse then said, but the ice is cold to the touch. It's then
Could you use a defibrillator on the ice to melt it?
okay. Roll for your intellect first before you say that.
Yeah, nah. Yeah, nah. Like, he doesn't know anything about that shit, and my intellect is 0. So if I roll this, it's gonna.
I mean,
This is not gonna go well.
Nope, you couldn't say
I
that.
got
You
2.
don't know. Yeah, you didn't.
I don't know.
You didn't say that just now. Yeah, you don't
Yeah,
know what
no,
to
I
do.
don't.
Actually, you don't know what to do. It's like the ice is just too strong. You can see her inside the block of ice. Her face like wide open, and you're just surprised though, Force, that why didn't like Ice Cold did this to did this to Red Hair or to the other guy like wears all full black, or why didn't he shoot Blue Dragon and make him into a block of ice, or maybe Ice Cold. Okay, you roll for insight, Yamanari and also Force. If
Okay.
he had this ability, roll for insight.
16.
Pass.
Oh,
Alright.
22. Damn.
Yeah,
Yes.
Blue
That's
Dragon.
a nat
6.
20.
Yeah, Blue Dragon, you think Ice Cold's power can make people into a block of ice, but why didn't he do this to anyone? But you think, okay, you fought with him. He's not very smart. Ice Cold is dumb. Like, Ice Cold fight as if he had a major brain freeze. He can't think straight. So he's just doing things like randomly. And that's about it. But same thing, like to Force. It's like you think the same thing. Ice Cold could have done this to a lot of the citizens. And he didn't. Huh. Okay, Ice Cold is dumb. He's powerful, but he's dumb.
Strong like bull, smart like tractor.
Yes.
That's what my mum says sometimes.
Alright.
You know what I would say?
Force looks at the lady Force looks the lady in the ice, notes the fact that she's still alive because her eyes are tracking everything, I'm guessing.
Yeah, she's still alive. It's like looking, but she can't move. But any crack
Yeah.
within the ice will break her. And then Mnemonic, okay, Jason, you arrived. You took the elevator, you got up. You saw the blue dragon. The blue dragon just standing there, unable to do anything. And then the doctor just standing there asking the paramedics to take like a number of things, like something to could actually like melt it. Okay, Mnemonic, to you, though, you're just a student. To them, you're just a student. The moment you arrive, though, the doctor that tells you, hey, you, stay away. This is a dangerous area.
Yeah, I know. I'm just making a small videos. I like take down my touch phone and I make a video. I say to them, there is a room in the morgue if you guys are arguing into where to put it. Plus the damn place is warm enough to keep her in ice until you can find a way to melt her down.
What do you mean the morgue is warm enough? It's cold. That's the reason why they call it a morgue. That's what the doctor actually looks at you.
Yeah.
It's cold.
Force looks over at the doctor. I think he means the room is cold enough to keep the lady in ice in there.
Yeah.
Roll for persuasion. Okay, Force.
For persuasion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hell, if anything, her being there would make the room even colder. Persuasion. Where is it? There it is.
Okay.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yep.
Doctor said-
Yep. As strong as a combine harvester and as smart as a combine harvester.
All right,
No,
Blue
no, no,
Dragon. Blue Dragon, you heard what what this young man actually said. But Blue Dragon, you know who this person is. He's Jason Tennyson from college. Actually, Terrance, you also know who this person is. It's Jason from college. But Jason doesn't know that you're Terrance and Yamanari is, I forgot the name already. The other guy, the other alter ego. Quinn. Yeah, and Jason doesn't know that this is Quinn.
Exactly.
Okay, Blue Dragon, you saw Jason though. He said we should move this patient to the morgue because it's cold enough so the ice will keep her safe. And it won't melt and it won't break. Because if it breaks, half of her body will be gone.
In the meantime, can I do something? Like, I want to actually do something.
Yes, sure.
I only want to mind control the woman in the ice and basically, I want to have her do what animals do during winter hibernation. have her slow down her heartbeats to 1 beat per minute.
Roll 4. Okay, all right.
Yeah,
Let's
Basically,
play
put
a
her in
knowledge.
stasis.
yeah.
Let's play a knowledge. Okay, roll for your intellect.
Okay. I'll roll for my intellect. Where is my intellect? Ah, here we are.
All right, not high enough though.
Oh, okay.
So the only thing so you won't be able to think that way. The only thing you probably give a logical thinking based on this intellect is bringing her to the morgue, slide her on the floor and bring her to the morgue,
Oh,
and
okay.
that's it. But yeah, so I'm gonna give each of you guys a chance to think what to do next. If you guys don't know, so you guys can skip and let Thaumaturge jump into the scene. Okay, Jason, what do you wanna do?
That was the suggestion that I want to do, but I'll give a chance to someone else. So in the meantime, I'll just stand here. Just stand here making a
Okay.
video. That's it.
All right. Okay, you took a video. Okay, when you took the video though, the doctor look at you and say, "Hey, no video taking. Why are you taking a video for?"
I work for the university newspaper club, and a video means an exclusive.
Roll for persuasion to persuade her. Low enough, she will not let you.
Okay. Oh, you come in right now.
Oh!
You come in right now. Where were you? Where were you when I was talking to Horatio Kane? You gave me a 16.
That's how we know Mnemonic's priorities. He's much more interested in this video than he is anything else.
Exactly.
All right. The doctor looks at you, Jason, and said, "Make sure you take my good side." She readjusted her hair and then looking at Blue Dragon and then admiring his muscular build.
Oh,
And then looking at the patient
definitely. I'm
and
like,
said,
you know, I just like make sure she's in the shot next to him and everything. But I make sure also the victim gets time as well.
right, okay.
Actually,
All right.
just looking at the situation, it's just like, do you like? Force looks over at the doctor. Do you guys have like a room that like keeps people warm for like sports injuries?
And then after that, then okay, roll for your intellect on this part.
Well,
So
he'd
this
have
is 10.
experience with he'd have experience with like having to deal with having friends who are like had injuries in sports and everything like that. So he was just thinking, it's just like having a warm room so that it's part of the rehabilitation process and getting the muscles back in order. The idea I have is moving her to a warm room instead of a cold one, so that maybe the knife will slowly thaw.
All right. Yeah, roll for intellect. Just roll for intellect. Just don't get a 1. That's all.
How rolls
All right.
going?
I got a 6.
Okay.
DC 5. Okay. Going to school does help, Terrance. It is
Yes.
okay. You explain to them, all right. Okay. You told the doctor what it is, and the doctor look at you like, "Hey, we do have a warm room. I think we can actually like move her there and slowly like throw the ice. That's a good suggestion." Okay, that's one action already done. Okay, Blue Dragon to you.
Medical terminology is not really my forte. You might as well stick her in an oven for all I know.
Right. And then after that, the doctors actually heard you like, no, putting in an oven, no, definitely not a good idea. But we can actually like figure out how to actually like, help her. Okay, we can actually move her to a proper place, and I believe
Force
it
holds
could
up his
actually
hand.
work.
Like I said, I can help with that. I was the one who was carrying her.
Then after that, I think, okay, there is a way. There is a way. Now we just need to bring her there and figure out actually what needs to be done soon. And then after that, then, okay, Thaumaturge, you landed. You arrive at the hospital. And the front door is off. And as you arrive, the door opens and you move in. Okay, Thaumaturge, you see the scene. The doctors and the nurses was about to actually move the woman in a block of ice towards another location. But okay, roll for your intellect, Thaumaturge.
All right. Well, I have a good intellect, but I've seen how my rolls have been going this game, so
You know, you could just like if you wanted to, you could just you could just rock a hero point and just like take control of the scene and like basically describe what you could do.
I gotta do some roll there.
Yeah, but anyway, but you got a good roll. Okay. Thaumaturge, the moment you arrive, the doctors and the nurses were actually going to move it and using support. And you notice that this young hero over here that you don't know who actually put his hand out and about to actually lift the ice. Then you told him the ice is already melted enough and it's going to break. If he accidentally break, the woman inside is going to die. So you know that okay, moving her right now is going to be very difficult to do so. By if force or this telekinetic energy, do you think to yourself that you read about is not in the perfect sync, and the woman will die. So you have to role play this accordingly. You're the smart one here. Okay, role play.
Oh. Set her down very carefully. I don't know if you can see it, but the stress cracks in that ice are about to give. And I don't think she would survive the release, as it were.
All right.
Of course, you turn to look at this man with his pointy hat, with a book at his side, and the book is written there, "The Secrets of Gynecologists." And then he's telling you, don't move.
You're
Okay,
not.
Mnemonic, Mnemonic. Okay, Jason, you turn your camera to face this man. This man in this dark, shadowy cloak. His cloak is moving. There's no wind in this hospital, but his hat and his cloak is moving like the wind is moving together with him. And he said, "Stop. Moving her will be dangerous." And stuff like that.
Yep.
Force looks around at him. Is just like Gandalf. Unless you have a blowtorch under those robes, I don't know how you're going to help in this situation.
He'll just he'll look into the book, chant a few words, and suddenly a spear of flames will appear in his hand. Not quite a blowtorch, but something. And he'll start slowly trying to melt around her head so that she can breathe.
Okay, you conjured up a flaming spear. Is it?
Yes.
Right. You conjure up a flaming spear. This actually surprises Blue Dragon, Force, and Jason, and the nurses and the doctors. Like, whoa. And then after that, the nurse asks you, "Who are you?" The nurse asks. And then your book start talking to you, Thaumaturge. Quick, think of a cool name.
What was it they called me when we... Oh,
Shadow Guy. The book said, Shadow Guy. Strange Fate.
I'll go with what they kept calling me the first time I picked you up. I've been called Thaumaturge before.
Thaumaturge.
Not part of the
A local
game, but no, this is not me. This is not Grandpa talking because I'm not in this scene. But I just thought I'd let you know. Thaumaturge comes from two Greek words, taumata meaning miracle, and ergon meaning work. So literally, a thaumaturge means a miracle worker. Quite a fitting name, I'd say.
Yep, quite a good name. And then the doctor's like, Thaumaturge. That's good. And then after that, you took your camera, Jason, you point at this pointy hat person, and he introduced himself as Thaumaturge. This is something that you can actually bring up. And then you also think about what your uncle said. You should change course, not being a lawyer, but actually put more of your skills of being a detective. Then you took that video. Blue Dragon just stood there. Blue Dragon's like muscular strength couldn't do much. His electrical powers would mostly kill the woman inside because it's made of water. But Thaumaturge put the spear, you twisted it. The ice like slowly melted. You crack it perfectly, like precisely, and then roll for your intellect again, Thaumaturge.
Alright. Oh, of course. This is going to be the only good rolls I get for the rest of the game.
This is actually 29.
Okay. Right. Then You have 29 because of the +5. Then after that, it's like you took the spear, you melted it perfectly, you twisted it, you cut the ice in a perfect motion, and pop. You put the ice slide from left to right, and then after that, the woman actually was like Fred, like she was actually freed after that. Then it shatters, and the woman falls on the floor. Okay, this woman falls on the floor. Okay, Blue Dragon, you grab her. You quickly like grab her, ensuring that she doesn't fall at first. Then, then the doctors they actually took over from there, and took her from you, and quickly sent her to the emergency room, making sure that all were okay. And then, okay, Thaumaturge, the doctors actually said like, thank you. You, with your intellect earlier, where you put your spear, you can sense her heartbeat. It's weak, but she will survive.
Don't thank me. Thank these two who brought her here. Even if I would have succeeded in doing this on the field, she wouldn't have made it here in time.
Did she?
Okay. All right. Okay, now I'm gonna go. Okay, Jason. Okay, like roleplay. Let me bring the woman. Let me redo this. The girl, the nurses, the doctor, bringing her to the emergency room.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, leaving only one nurse staying behind to look at the situation. Okay, Jason, to you, you're still with the camera. You can still roleplay.
Yep.
Okay, you first.
I just say to all of them, like combined, excuse me. My name is Jason. I'm with the local university newspaper club. I was wondering if you guys up for an interview, but not of course here. We don't want to disturb the patient. How about we go, down below to where the morgue is? At least it's much quieter. Yeah, I'd love to ask you a few questions and all.
Force
Asking them
kind of
questions
looks
in the
around.
morgue.
Force kind of looks around at everyone. It's just like, yeah, it's been nice, but I'm gonna bounce. And he starts walking towards the door.
Right. Okay, you had walking towards the door, and then you like left. You flew back to your sister, back to your apartment. Right. Okay. All right. Okay. Now, all right. Blue Dragon, to you.
Well, with that all handled, it seems my job is done here. And I'm gonna shuffle to the side awkwardly away from Mnemonic, and then fly out the door as fast as I can.
You mean Jason, but yeah, you don't know him.
Yeah, I don't know who
Everyone
Mnemonic is
just
yet.
bails on you.
No, no. Okay, Yamanari knows it's Jason.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
but Jason doesn't know it's actually the other student. So like Yamanari like quickly flies away. Okay, flies away and back to the dorm. Okay, Yamanari, you flew back to the dorm just to take some rest. Okay, now only Thaumaturge stays behind. You still got the camera
Yep.
though, like recording
Yeah,
and like actually looking at Thaumaturge.
Thaumaturge will incant a few words, and a strange spherical portal appears before him, which he steps through and immediately closes behind him.
Wow, everybody left, and the moment he basically leaves, I just like shut the camera down and say, "Whew." I just like bid the nurse farewell as look at the time, I gotta go, and as I also leave the hospital.
The nurse like, but don't you want to interview me?
Some other
And
time.
there he go.
Yeah.
Then after you also like run off. Right, and that's it. Okay. Alright, as you all actually like flew towards your various destination. Okay, Jason, you went back to the dorm and you just went to the dorm normally. You didn't fly, you didn't do anything. You just took a simple subway and then that's it.
Mm-hmm.
The whole event there. You don't know
God,
what actually
so
happened
boring.
because of the villains. Then after Yamanari also quickly after he landed on the roof, he used his belt to actually illusionize himself to his student self, went down the staircase and went to the room. Okay, but Yamanari, when you actually entered the dorm, you don't see Vance Willis anyway. The dorm was actually quiet. You checked Vance Willis' room. He's not inside. So you're not sure what actually happened. But Maybe he went.
Wait.
Maybe he went
I
somewhere.
share a room with the student council
Maybe
president?
he went
I
somewhere.
share a room with the student council president?
Yep. Yeah, because in the previous
Fuck.
episode, he actually let you stay there together with him because Flash Thompson didn't want to give you the room. So Vance actually said, "It's like, hey, it's like," and talk to him about certain things. Then Flash, all right, sure, I'm gonna give it to you, and so on. So yeah, you're inside the same room with Vance Willis.
Shit, man. Now I can't have my awesome party stuff.
Hey, on
Yeah.
the bright
Yeah,
side, at least you're gonna get straight A's from befriending the student body president and his study habits. You're gonna have nothing but straight A's.
Heck yeah.
Yep, you're gonna be part of the chess
Mhm.
club, the
Unlikely.
library club, the elf student club. Man, you're looking at a Harvard
The
scholar.
cooking club.
Exactly, you're looking at a Harvard scholarship. 5-star scholarship coming your way for being the perfect nerd. No parties, no nothing.
all right. Okay, but Terrance, after you left the hospital, you landed at your apartment. You landed on the roof. Then you went down the staircase to head towards your apartment itself. Again,
Yep.
you don't see your mother around when you open the door, but you can see your sister already sleeping on the bed. It's already late night. When you actually entered the door, you could actually see the food in the kitchen, cold apparently, cooked by your sister because your mom don't have time to actually prepare all this food. But
He'll head
your
over
sister did.
to food and pop it in the microwave to heat it up
Okay, you head towards the
because
kitchen.
he
You
is
bring
freaking starving.
right. You put it into the microwave. You press the button, and then you ate it. You head over to the table. You just ate it, and then looking at the news, and you see the news about the battle, written by Clark Kent, and then after that you see the interview with Grandpa, and then many more. But nobody wrote about you. Nobody wrote about anybody else except for Grandpa. And you see the comment section in the news regarding Grandpa. You mostly see is written by anonymous random number, another anonymous random number, another anonymous random number, and the fourth one, another anonymous random number. And it says there, "You're just lucky, Grandpa, that you managed to survive this battle. Those criminals looks cool. I love the costume on Energon. Yeah, you're suck," and so on. And and then another message that says, "Hey, I like ice cold." He's like some really nice dude. Yeah, he's gonna make sure he's gonna smash you, and so on. And all these bad comments from all this anonymous, like targeting Grandpa. But roll for insight, Terrance.
All right, rolling insight. He's had a lot of experience ignoring trolley comments due to people commenting on anything that he's also posted, like on whatever the YouTube thing it is that he might put skate videos up on.
Okay. Yeah, these are mostly hateful comments you read. But you ignored it though. Yeah, this is just people that probably doesn't like Grandpa. You're used to it, Terrence. Yeah, people write
Yeah.
bad things about you too. That were like you're not really good in your skateboard, Bakugo is better, and Blue Streak is better, and so on. Yeah, and so forth. When you look at the news, you relax your head and then you try to remember the events that was months ago, before Grandpa even came to the news. Then you remembered it way back. You see your sister and his good friend, Matthew Blackwell, just sitting there. Alison Knight is just enjoying herself. Then you were actually like being talked about. You see Bakugo like walking towards you and said, "Hey, Terrence, the match is tonight. The match is today. We're gonna make sure that you're gonna be beaten, man. They don't call me Fire Blast for nothing." He puts both his hands in his pocket, his eyes like staring at you. Then you see
Fire
another
blast,
person.
more like sparkler.
I'm gonna make sure they be smoking my blast. the moment I grind on those railings. But
I'll be sure to stay upwind.
But you see another person that walks over, like his hair like slightly like combed up, and you know him as Skidmark. So Skidmark,
Dude!
it took me quite a while to come up with this name, Skidmark.
No. Do you know what that means?
I know what it means. I just want to put it there as a villain. I am Skidmark.
No wonder he's not good at anything.
Do you know what it means other than a skid mark on a road? Do you know what it means?
I know. Yep. I know. You don't have. Okay. I know because we're recording.
Yep.
You cannot say it.
Okay. Let's keep going. Keep going.
YouTube. Is he going to be on YouTube?
Yes.
Don't say it.
Yes. Don't say it.
I don't think anybody's gonna be upset with the word poop being on YouTube.
And also,
go on.
our Mutant and Master Mind I never actually reached more than 100 views, so I'm fine with it. So I'm fine. So Skidmark, so Jack the Skidmark. Skidmark actually approached you, Terrance, and said, "Hey, Terrance, if Bakugo gonna blast you, you're gonna be following my Skidmark, man." And then you look at him. Roll for your willpower check. Roll for your will, because you're trying to stop yourself from laughing.
Yeah. Willpower. Here we go.
You failed. You couldn't stop yourself from laughing. The moment he called himself Skidmark, you're like, you start laughing.
He puts his hand over his mouth and kind of smirks and just like, yep. I look over at Bakugo. It's just like, hey, I just like glance my eyes. This guy is just like, he's not able to open his mouth or speak seriously right now, because the minute he does, he knows he's going to laugh. He's trying to keep a straight face, but they see the struggle.
Then you turn to Skidmark. You couldn't actually stop yourself, but then Skidmark then looks at you and says, "It was so funny, man. It's like I'm gonna show you my skid marks after this."
The more you say it, the worse it's getting.
Force just puts a hand. Force just puts a hand on his shoulder and he just looks at him. I'm sure it took you a long time to think of that name while looking in the mirror. Maybe you need to spend a few more hours.
Fine. Then Bakugo and say, "I think that Skidmark is actually a good name. Let him keep it. Besides, we're gonna make sure that, well, whoever is the best among the four of us. But I'm unsure about Overclock, though. You turn to actually see another man. His body is scarred. Scars over his face, his arms, and many more. You know him. He's quite a legend when it comes to skateboarding. They call him JC Swift. But that's not the only thing. They call him Overclock. Then Bakugo then said he's fast. His grinding skill, his skateboard, he can do all those quicks. Heck, he should be lucky that we actually get to be one of the top two. But yeah, the Extreme Sports Agency is looking into this. And now, Terrance, you and me, we've been playing and we've been grinding on each other for so long.
Terrance just looks at Bakugo. Dude, phrasing.
Man,
Okay, I'm rolling for his intellect.
Force is super not wanting this gay relationship to come out of the closet.
And then Bakugo then said, "What do you mean phrasing, Terrance? I said what I said. We've been grinding against each other for years since we were kids."
Please make him roll intelligence to keep up and catch up with what he said.
Roll for your will. Roll for your intellect also.
I thought Bakugo was gonna roll for that.
You roll already. No,
He
now you
didn't.
need to roll. Now you need to roll for your intellect, because if you fail, you're gonna agree with him. Yeah, we've been grinding on each other for years.
Oh God, please don't do that to me. Can I roll
Yeah, roll for
insight?
intellect. Okay, roll for insight then. If you fail, you still say the same thing. Yeah, you see, you still say the same thing. Yeah, you have to role play this, man. You have to say you've been grinding together with Bakugo too.
One of us. One of us. One of us.
You know,
Say it.
he's just gonna look at him and he's just gonna put his hands in his hoodie pocket and it's just like, yeah, I'm gonna go that way and hydrate in preparation for the competition. So he starts walking towards his crew who are in his corner for the competition.
All right, then you actually left, but you actually hear. Like, this is going to be the finals for it. It's going. You remember this day that Bakugo was going to actually like challenge you on the skateboard competition together with Skid Marks and JC Overclock Swift. But you also noticed that the two girls that's always been following you, and Anna and Rose. I mean, they're in high school though. You're going to be in college very soon. And after this match, you have to register yourself into Miracle College, and you just need to win that scholarship. You just need to win that scholarship, Terrance. But Rose have always been there supporting you for years, ever since you started your skateboarding and many more. And Anna has always been there together with Rose to also support you. And she's like there and like winking at you, and then like Rose like punching her at the shoulder. And then after that, then JC overclock, then slow, then walks his way towards you. He's a tall, for really tall teenager. Then he just
One of
looks.
those anime
Much
teenagers
taller
that are
compared
probably
to my
like
measly
37.
5'8".
He's the anime protagonist kind of guy that looks down at you like, hey. He looks to you, hands in his pocket. Teme. He speaks to you in a rough voice. I said, I heard so much about you, Terrance. It can sometimes make me puke. And sir, I know. I'm gonna kill you in those tracks. Maybe to make sure you bring your A game. Because once I put my overclock on, you can't catch me.
We're gonna
You can't even see me. He put his hand on his face. You can't see this.
we're gonna be
You can't see me
grinding
at
on
all.
each other.
Terrence looks up at him with a smirk. Up at him with a smirk. If nobody can see you, they can't see your tricks. Therefore, you can't be judged.
And that's the thing. That's the thing that makes me good. When the judges can't see me do my tricks. That's the thing that amazes them, Terrance. That's the thing. You call yourself. What do you call yourself? You don't even have a nickname in this board of yours. Terrance Knight.
I don't need a nickname because my name itself is awesome enough. Terrance Knight. Remember it.
Then after that, he leans closer towards you. He looks down at you. He went over. Then you have to prove it to me. Then you still know that numero uno here across the world. Even those kids in Angel Grove have lost to me. Even that man, even that person in Central City lost to me. Even another person too in Metropolis lost to me. I'm sponsored by Gotham City's billionaire. Huh. He's funding this tournament. You better show yourself that you could. You need that scholarship, poor boy. Your mom can't even pay you to go to school. That's what he said. Your sister over there, her jacket looks torn. You can't even buy a proper jacket for Alice. And then Alice like runs over to him and kicks him in the knee and says like, "You stop saying that about my brother." Then after that, then he takes his hand, put his hand on her head and pushes her away. And she tried to punch him and kick him, but her legs and arms are just unable to reach him. As he put his hand away, like short stuff.
Terrance moves around and gets his sister by the shoulders and pulls her back. Hey, cool it, right? We cool? You cool?
Then she said, "Yeah, I'm cool. I'm cool." Then JC
Alright.
Swift then walked off
He'll
and said,
he'll ruffle her hair and just like, okay. Just step back.
and then after that you hear the announcement, "All participants, please get ready. All participants, please get ready." Then JC quick said, "Then prepare yourself." Then after that, then Bakugo returned, "Hey, Jesse." Bakugo said, "What?" Then after that, Bakugo walks closer and looks up at him. "Terrance mine. If you've never been grinding with him, you can't grind with him. Remember that." Then JC Swift had said, "Mind your words, Bakugo. You can't even think with your brain." And JC then walks off. And Bakugo then said, "Terrance, if somebody's gonna be grinding with you, it's gonna be me. Remember that."
Bakugo, for the love of all that is holy, please stop using the word grinding.
But it's a term for skateboarding. That's what he said when he walks away. Then after that, Jack
and
returns.
as soon as he goes to say something, I'm saying, if you say your nickname, just no. He just goes to look at him, no.
Man, they all got this new app about skateboarding called Grinder.
Then this person
Dude,
walks over
I
and
don't
said,
need to know about a skateboard dating app.
Hey, ever heard of the new dating app called Grinder, where they grind with people?
Oh
I
god.
don't know, man. If you're grinding on somebody with a skid mark, that's pretty weird.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't.
"All right." Yep, this one. Then this man walks over. Then he walks over to you, Terrance, and looks over and said, "After this match, once I grind, you're gonna see my skid mark. Remember that, I say. Remember that."
I hope I get that scholarship soon.
And then your sister then looks at you, Terrance, and said, "Do you know that your nemesis? They have really weird names."
Skid Grinder.
He'll pat her on the head. He's just like, I know. Please never be like them.
Too late.
Okay, then after that, Matthew Blackwell and said, "Terrance, I know you're the best skateboarder out there. Okay, I think I probably have a name for you. Show them some force, Terrance. And once I grow up and be as good as you, I'm gonna call myself Grinder."
Oh.
Don't. Terrance will just give him a very flat look, and it's like, if you do, you're never allowed near my sister again.
Okay, roll for intimidation, DC 5.
Nat one.
Nat one would still pass.
Oh, come on.
All right.
19.
Then Matthew said, all right. I want to call myself Grinder then. I think I'll just stick with rollerblading." And then Allison said, "Yeah,
No.
rollerblading's much fun."
Your name is better. Your name as a thing in a sport is better. I am. He pinches the bridge of his nose for a minute, takes a deep breath. This is like, okay, I need to go skate. I need to go get my. Where's my board? There's my board.
Don't worry.
And
Then
he
the
starts
two girls-
walking towards the competition. What? Okay.
Don't worry. I'm gonna call
The
myself
girls
Tony
walk over
Hawk.
to you.
Tony Hawk. This could be Tony Hawk's origin
And
story.
Anna and Rose walks over and said, and then Rose then speaks out, "Terrance, good luck out there. I'll be cheering for you." And Anna then continued and said, Rose has been cheering for you ever since she was a kid. But yeah, I'll be cheering here there for you too. And besides, I'm here to actually look at skid mark. I can't wait to see his skid mark. That's what Anna said.
Terrance kind of gives this just like he gives them both a smile, but his like it's kind of like that pained anime one where he's just like trying to be polite. It's just like if people would stop saying his name, but it's just like thank you, Rose.
It's a knowing smile because he knows what the skid mark looks like.
Don't tempt me to TK bitch slap you.
Okay, right. But you prepared yourself. You look at your younger sister. You look at Matthew, and you look at the two girls, like Anna and Rose. And then after that, they actually followed. And then you're heading straight towards the competition.
At least your character didn't go to the gynecologist.
Right. Then from here, okay. After all those matches, at first Skid Mark went through all the obstacle courses. He did some tricks, he did some 360, and then many more, and many other styles. And then after that, then Bakugo did his thing. And then Bakugo actually did a number of moves. And then after that, then he actually like went, did some number of styles, did a number of moveset. Okay, I'm rolling for him. And then after that, then he did some simple freestyle, then a simple vert. Then after he did a simple park, then and many more. And then after that, then lastly, then JC Overclock Swift did the same. He did a number of moves. He flew through the hoops and everything. He jumped so high he was able to even touch the lamppost. Touching it, that actually impresses the judges. And many more. Then the numbers came up. Numbers that was almost impossible to beat. That Bakugo actually threw his skateboard and was angry. Then Bakugo then went over to you, Terrance, and said, that's it. I'm not gonna get the scholarship, but yeah. But at least I know that I'm still gonna get in anyways. He sighed, and his skid mark then looks at you and said, Nah, man, I won't be able to show you my skid marks. But I'll be seeing you in college soon, Terrance. And there, I'm gonna show you my mark. I'm gonna skip through it. Then it was your turn. Then the announcer then called, calling Terrance Knight, and prepare yourself, Terrance Knight, for the obstacle course. Then you did a number of moves. There's 7 moves that you need to do, from easy to hardest. Okay.
All right.
Then after that, you look at the obstacle course. Then you took a deep breath. Your sister was there, like looking at you, and after that, then actually like praying. And then after that, you see Matthew like looking at you. Then you see JC like looking at you. He didn't even pay attention. JC didn't even bother to even look at you to do your thing. And then you did, and after that you go through it. Okay, now you're gonna be rolling for it, and also you're gonna roll for acrobatics. Okay, first skill.
All right, so I wanted to describe the approach that I'm using to go through all this. So, for the most part in these competitions up to this point, Terrance has only used his powers to avoid injury. But with as much as his riding is on this competition, especially for his future and what it means to his family and everything, he's going to go all out. He won't do anything overt, but what he is aiming for, using his telekinetic powers using his board to make sure that he's not going for speed. He's not going for absolute flash. He is going just for perfect execution of technique. And and he will only push it just enough to beat JC. So if that
All right.
so me using powers, if that lowers the DCs and everything like that, so I will start doing acrobatics rolls. All right. How many
Okay.
rolls are you wanting? Just
All
one
right,
or
first. Okay. Okay, you followed up with a 900. And then after that, you do some simple aerials. Then after that, you do a flip trick and a freestyle kicks. And after that, grabs and grinds and heel flips and kick flips. And then ollies and all these things. Okay, just roll for acrobatics.
oh yeah,
All right.
27.
Okay, you did that. You did that, and then you did a 1080, like in the air, and you spin and you spin and you grab. You're like, was actually like surprised. The judge was like, wow, you were able to do that. And then after that, then you did another trick. Then you're gonna be doing the wall ride after that, which actually wall ride. Then you glide from this wall to the other end of the wall, and you jump to this wall over here. Then roll for acrobatics.
Alrighty then.
Okay.
17.
Simple. Okay, you almost fell. Then you did that. Then you after that you went down and you grind here. And then after that this is where skid mark actually failed. Then Bakugo then said, grind, Terrance, you're gonna grind. Grind like how we did in high school.
Grind all over that skip mark.
Okay, roll for acrobatics. Yeah, you can tell your
23.
You can tell your missus that the GM forced me to grind.
God.
It's not like they forced me to grind. Okay.
So much out of context here, dear God.
One thought in his mind as it does these tricks is like, I can't wait to get away from these guys and their 8th grade syndrome.
All right. Then after you got up, after you grind successfully, you jump up here. Then you quickly, ollie and then landed to balance on the railing. Okay, roll for acrobatics. Okay, you did it perfectly. As long as it's not below a 15, should be all right. Yeah, some hard ones are like then you drop again. Then you slide and you go up here next to Bakugo and overclock. Then actually looking at your move, like a roll for acrobatic. 2, 3, 4, 5,
Roll for acrobatic.
Yep. Okay, you did that. Then you did some fancy move, and after that, from here, you're gonna do a very, very dangerous fancy trick, just to actually wow the audience and so on. Then you're gonna be doing another move, which many people call it the no comply.
The no comply. What does that consist of?
Now you can YouTube
All
it.
right. Oh, come on. Yes, dirty 20.
All right, you did that, and after you did all these tricks, though, you see that JC Swift, Bakugo, and then after that, then Skidmark were like unhappy. But the judges actually put up the scoreboard. Then everything was there. Then you beat JC by 1 point. And JC was unhappy. He smashed his skateboard. And after that, he was like, this is unfair. This is uncalled for. The tricks. There's something wrong with those tricks, judges. Seems as if that he was being lifted by an unknown force. And the judges most of the judges are mostly for old skateboarders and mostly just senior skateboarders. They told JC that his move was perfect. His move was there. Then Tony Hawk, they got up and said, that was the most beautiful move I've ever seen, JC. He did his style perfectly. I can tell you. Then Tony Hawk then pointed at JC, you must take this like a pure true champ, Swift. You must. And then JC quick then threw his skateboard. No, I'm done. This will be the last time that you see that Overclock will be playing this. And then he just left and walks away. This was the time that you remember, Terrance, that Overclock just left for the skateboarding scene. But Bakugo and Skidmark never did. They still train, of course, but they still have that jealousy against you. You won the prize money. You gave the prize money to your and showed it to your sister and to your mom. And then after that, you were given that scholarship, and you were able to actually sign up and study at Miracle College.
The
You
moment
remember
he
this
got the moment he got the check, he just looked at his mum. That's for her college fund.
And Alison Knight is like, she was really, really happy. She was like happy, and then she like hugged you and so on. Then during the time, your mom, because she was always very busy. Then she actually just called you and said congratulations. She was never there for you. Your sister was there. Then after all the congratulations, after everything ended during that evening, then Allison then said, I'm gonna be following Matthew back home. Don't be late, brother. Don't be late. Then after that, then Rose, they walks over, and then her friend, then after that, then congratulate you for all that. Bakugo then congratulate you and said, right, he took it, I take it. Your grinding skill is perfect as normal, Terrance. If only I can grind as good as you.
Terrence is just he tries not to roll his eyes. He's like, it's not all about speed. You, Mark, and JC, you guys all have speed. I have always just focused on technique. I just doing things smoothly.
Man. He said, you left a skid mark, man.
You see him tense up, just like, just let it go. Like, just let it go. Just after this, you never have to see him again.
Your new nickname should be Skid Mark, Skid Mark, Skid Mark, Skid Mark, Skid Mark, Skid Mark. You just see some people in the background calling you Skid Mark now.
No, I put them. I have no association with that nickname. That's him.
Then after that, then after all that, the Bakugo then said, we're gonna enjoy our final year high school, and we're gonna be going straight to college next year. So enjoy what you have, Terrance, and I'll be seeing you soon. I'll be going on a long holiday to Japan. Yeah, and I'll be seeing you. Then after that, he left.
Hey, the Bakugo. Terrence will hold up his hand for a fist bump.
Right. They fist bump your face, then your hands, and say, I'll be seeing you. So they like walk off.
Later, man.
Then after that, then Skate Mark say, I'll be telling my dad about you. I'll be signing up at college very soon too. I do not want to leave a skid mark on your body, man. So you better give me a skid mark.
You know what? I'm gonna bother. He just kind of just waves as he leaves.
You wait for him, then he leaves. It's so odd. Like hoping that one day you give him a skid mark.
Man, I bet Force is gonna leave the longest skid mark.
Yeah, at least Force will know that one day. Hey man, I'm a new villain here. They call me Skid Mark. I'm gonna leave a skid mark on your body. And if you're like inside a bit, wait, are you Jack Skid Mark? Like, hey, how you know me? And so on. It's so obvious. So on and so forth.
Okay, so I'm just gonna quickly ask, how old is like Rose in comparison to Terrance?
Okay, let's just assume that now you're because you go to medical college at the age of 20. So that means you're probably 19 now, and Rose is roughly about 16 years old.
Okay, Joe, but no, not going there.
But after that, then the friend and said, then Rose and said, um, is it? Can you walk me home since your home isn't that far from mine? And then she asks you. And besides, then after that, then she said, I think that you should. Besides, I'll be heading off to different direction.
Uh, Terrance kind of just glares at her and is just like, "Yeah, I know what direction you're going in." Did... Yes, Rose. I will be happy to walk you home.
Several years from now, she's gonna meet you with a couple of kids and saying, "Hey, didn't we go to high school together?"
He puts his hand. He packs everything up. Makes sure he takes a moment to talk, thank all the judges and everything like that, like shaking all their hands and whatnot, and getting Tony Hawk to sign his skateboard.
Yeah, Tony Hawk signed your skateboard. You got a check. You kept the check in your pocket, and then you took your skateboard. Yeah, finally you got that signature from Tony Hawk. Then you got your scholarship is will be done by the year, and then after that they will actually put a good name. But you just have to keep on practicing. That's all.
Indeed. He will sling his skateboard. He'll put his skateboard into his backpack, sling it over his shoulder, and he'll just just give the head gesture to Rose for her to lead the way.
Okay. And after that, okay, before that though, you look at the names of all the participants throughout the many schools. Yours is in Miracle City. Then you look at one particular name in Angel Grove, and you see the winner of Angel Grove is Tommy Oliver. I'm like, okay. Like Tommy Oliver, also a high school. And also the end of this high school. Okay, another person that's as good as you. Then, after that, then you left. You bring Rose with you through the streets, and then she was talking to you and asking you about life, and then talking to you about many more. And then after that, when you arrive at one of the alleyways of the city itself by heading straight home, then after that, then Rose can tell you, okay, this is my spot, and I'll be seeing you soon, Terrance. She speaks to you.
Sure.
Then she waves.
Just give me a minute. He doesn't want to like falsely encourage her or anything like that because like age difference and whatnot. But he will say, "Hey Rose, thanks for being cool. Thanks for coming to watch the meets that I go to."
She just smiled, closed her eyes, and so on, and say, "Yeah, I'll be catching you soon. And once you're done, and I'll be studying really hard, and hopefully I'll be able to actually get into Miracle College myself. I think maybe once you're in your third year, I'll be in."
I look forward to it.
There'll be year three.
It'll be cool to have you around.
Then you actually see her walking away back to her apartment, but actually slowly like walk away. Then you yourself were actually walking just a few feet away, and then you turn to actually see that somehow like four people started to actually like follow her as she actually like walked. They came from the alleyway and say like, hey, nope, wrong. Okay, done. Okay, roll for insight. DC 5. Roll for insight.
Yep. Rolling inside. Please don't. Okay, yep, that's a 19.
Okay. At least a roll 1. Okay, she'll be fine.
Yeah, no.
Right. Okay, as Rose is actually slowly walking away, the four people actually like start to actually one of them actually like grab her back, and then there was a struggle. Hey girl, give us our stuff. Yeah, and then you can hear her like screaming like, yeah, like it's some sort of Japanese scream. I think I need to get that voice from YouTube.
Oh god. Terrance sees that and he doesn't even hesitate. His telekinetic, he just reaches out with
One of the guys hits Rose in the head with a club and knocks her unconscious.
Okay, initiative. Okay, Terrance is getting into this.
Okay. Roll for initiative.
But like just before that, can I insert myself between them and Rose before the fight starts?
Roll for initiative first.
Oh. Damn it. Oh, what the hell? Why is Thug 2 rolling so much?
Because Thug 2 is apparently about to be.
Thug 2 is 2.
Try to punch Thug 2 and you start hearing the Ultra Instinct theme going.
Okay, alright, Aizen, turn on some fighting music at least. It's a bit quiet on my end. Okay.
Let me. You can keep talking.
One of the Thug B beats, it's like slaps Rose really hard. Just give us the back, bitch. Pop, then she like Dick knocks her head on the floor and just fall unconscious. Then after that, then one of them like, I got the back, and start running away.
The minute he starts running, he just finds himself gripped. Like he can't move. I'll roll for that. I gotta roll.
Yeah, you need to roll for that. Even though their skills is really, really, really low, just roll for it.
Yeah.
PL1.
Forster's gonna. Yeah. Forster starts walking. Terrance starts walking forward. Is just like, give that back.
Okay, no way I'm gonna roll for this. It's an auto lose. Okay. Right. Even if I roll a nat 20. Hey, wait, maybe I can. Let me roll. Okay.
Nat 20.
This is for your dodge.
Yeah, dodge. Okay, nope. You're like, whoa, what's going on? I can't move. And after that, one of the thugs and say, Thug B, why can't you Thug B faster? And Thug B said, I can't move, Thug D. I don't want to give these guys names. Okay, so it's like, then Thug B is like, what's going on? And one of them then turns and looks around. Hey, that boy over there is doing something. Then,
Terry just starts slow walking towards them, and the bag in that guy's grip just flies out of his grip towards Terrance. And he just looks at them all.
right.
Y'all better run away now.
Okay. You can't use an action yet for that, to use intimidation. Okay. Then Tuck
Okay,
A then runs over to Rose and said, hey man, whatever you're doing, you let us go. And otherwise, then she takes out a switchblade. Ka-chink! Otherwise, I'll kill her. Then Tuck D, then after that walks over to you. Then round 2, Tuck B can't do anything. Okay, let me roll again to resist.
Yeah, he's gripped. It's a sustained power.
Okay. Right. He's gripped. Right.
Oh
Okay,
yeah.
your turn.
To break out of that, he's also suffering a -5. So he's grappled right now.
Okay.
All right. So that's a separate sustained power. So I'm going to look over at the guy with the knife, and he gets gripped as well.
Don't you have to concentrate to lose concentration on one person to the next, or you can't grip a lot of people because it's not an AoE?
No. Move object is a sustained power, not concentration. You can have several instances of it going at once, up to the total weight that it can carry.
Basically, he doesn't have to roll
Okay,
like
I thought you have to.
concentration at all. No. He doesn't have to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
All right.
So the guy over near Rose, I'm going to use grip on him as well. Although I could use his arm, but that leaves him mobile. So he is going to get boom.
All right.
He's got to try and dodge that.
Roll for dodge. Okay, 15.
He is gripped.
Can I look at it? Okay. Is there any way to fight against this grip? Because I don't know how overpowered is this.
No. It's basically a grapple check. So it turns into a DC 19 grapple check, but I'm not trying to hurt these guys, but it is an attack roll. They are.
If it's a grab, I have to roll against acrobat. I need to roll either athletic or acrobatics, right? Because
DC,
it's a grapple check.
Against DC 19.
Yeah, but you're also at a -5.
Okay, all right. At least I know I can oppose it. I just want to know. That's all. Okay, at least I can roll for them. Okay, with a -5.
Yeah.
All right.
That's
fine. Then Tux. Now, all right. While you're doing that, the action's done. Okay. Then Tux. See it remove.
I should probably move Terrance forward because I have said he's been slow walking forward.
Okay, Park A.
So if he
gonna be rolling
wants to try
for.
something.
I'm gonna roll for athletic with -5 to go against it. Okay, nothing. Okay, then Park D. Okay, moving 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, he's going to punch you using an unarmed attack.
Go ahead.
And roll for parry. Okay, he hits you. Okay, roll for your toughness.
Oh, what the hell?
Oh, okay, he hits you. Okay, your toughness drops by 1, but not high enough to actually do anything. You're still okay. He punched pop. This is your time when you're still learning how to use your powers, Terrance. You were so angry the moment when Rose was down. You gripped them, but one of them actually rushed towards you and pop hits you on the stomach. What are you doing? You trying to do? They actually said.
When this guy hits me, he notices that despite hitting me like as much force as he did, he's noticing that like it's like he's hitting a brick wall.
Yeah. When they punch him, like, oh, this boy is tough. Beat him up again. Now round 3. Okay. Now Tuck B. Okay. Trying to escape. Luckily, I created macros for these guys. All right. Acrobatic with -5. Athletic and nope. Okay. Then Norton.
Terrance will look at the guy who just punched him, and he will grip him too.
Okay. All right. Let me roll for him. Okay. Fail. Okay. No, he still fails.
Well, it was what he didn't dodge it.
No, I did. I rolled for dodge.
Yeah, and he failed.
Yeah, he failed.
Because I rolled. Okay, cool. So that guy is gripped. So the last guy sees all 3 of his buddies just frozen.
Okay. Then he turns. He looks around. Okay, I'll let you roll for your intimidation.
No, that's insight. Sorry, wrong thing. Terrance will look at
I
this.
wish it was a 20.
Yeah, Terrance looks over at this guy. It's like, we doing this essay?
Then look, and then he calls, and then he says that you're a demon in his language. Like
Diablo.
Like demon.
No.
Demon. El Diablo.
Yeah.
El Diablo.
Yeah, El Diablo.
Yeah. Your eyes was glowing though. He said, then he talks back to Takbi. Tug B, drop the purse, Tug B. Then Tug B, okay, Toxie, I'll drop the purse. Then they drop the purse. And then Toxie is, let us go, Nami.
Terrance would look at them all one by one. If I ever see any of you in this town again, he will give a small demonstration as they all feel the pressure of telekinetic force constrict on their bodies ever so slightly. I'm not trying to hurt them. I'm giving them the impression that I am showing control right now with them.
Then, okay,
So you want me to roll
for
intimidation again?
Yeah, intimidation.
12.
I give you a +5 for that. Okay. Now,
nice.
The more they look and okay. So they want to Taxi run a different direction. Then this duck runs a different direction, and then after that, then this duck also run a different direction, and duck A runs a different direction, running away from you.
Where's the nearest hospital?
Okay. The nearest hospital. You're not too sure whether you know how to fly around this time, though. You're not too sure what you. This is because you were angry that this duck did this to Rose. Rose was still unconscious, so you rush towards her. You pick up her purse. And run off towards her. You look around to look for any nearest hospital. Then you think of a deep thought. Then you roll for your awareness.
She said her house was around here, didn't she?
Yeah. Yep. This part of the sleazy part of Miracle City.
Does her student ID have her address?
You know where she lives.
Oh, I do. Okay. Yeah. Terrance will call the ambulance to come towards her address, but he will also pick her up and carry her towards her house.
All right. You pick her up. Okay, roll for your awareness, though. You think to yourself, if only you could fly. Roll for your
awareness.
No, you're unsure of yourself. The only thing you did that you look at your hands, you didn't know what happened. What did you do in your anger? You look at both your hands when you carried her. What did you do to those tucks? You were not in the state of mind. But they were scared of you. It's as if that you were a complete different person. But you quickly bring Rose to her apartment, and then after that you knock on the door. You look at her mom, you look at her dad. They didn't know what happened. You told them what actually happened, but you didn't tell them the truth that, hey, I used my powers to crush my enemies. No, you didn't. You told her that you save her and so on. So the family took her in, and then after that, a week later, you came to pay a visit together with your sister Allison, and then after that, then Rose didn't know what actually happened herself. Well, I only remembered that these people tried to grab her back, but she was really happy that you managed to save her. Her family was really happy, and you're always being invited to her house. It's like when they actually when the parents actually asked Rose to actually bring you in. So that was before you actually started college. You actually prowled the street. You actually during this month, you heard stories of Grandpa, of Blue Dragon, of the Red Ultra, and many more prowling the street. So you did the same. You look around, you look at the mirror, thinking to yourself, you need to protect the streets from these people. But you protected this part of the street in Miracle City as a street level hero. So during that time, you learn how to float. During that time, you learn how to create a kinetic energy field. And when the thugs throw some trash cans at you, trying to throw rocks, at first you fickle. Your kinetic shield was fickling. It was oh, it managed to hit you, and then so on. So you practice. And then after that, you heard the news of this other black dragon coming to the city. The fight was intense. There was nothing much you could do when you watched from your window. You stood there looking at the fight. Grandpa, Red Ultra, Blue Dragon, and this unknown person that wears all black. People call him the Black Mass. And that's it. During this time, Mnemonic haven't really introduced himself yet. And then, after that, then your application was signed. You got the chance to go into Miracle College. And that was that. That was that episode. And then back to your apartment again. And that was the time that you remembered that everything was okay. Your sister sleeping on the bed peacefully. Rose is okay for a few months now. And the streets itself even gave you a name. You call yourself Force, but most of them actually call you something different. Like the people on the street, they call you like El Diablo, like demon, because your eyes glow. It's like El Diablo. They call it El Diablo. The moment is this PL1 thugs start calling you El Diablo, even 4 or 5 or 6 of them can't do much. So most of the time it's like when you float, they were like, all right, I'll leave the old lady alone, El Diablo. You don't disturb us. Okay, we will pack our bags, we leave city now. Okay, we go to Central City and disturb the Flash. Okay, and stuff like that. So and so on. Okay. And then you sit on your back, you sit on that chair, you head straight towards the couch. Then after that, you lie down.
He when he sits on the couch, he's a bit. One of the things that he's concerned about, like when it comes to college and everything like that, is it's like is he going to have to commute from his apartment? Is he going to be living in a dormitory? Is it going to take him away from this area and the people that he feels intrinsically obligated to protect, like his family and his friends? Because one of the things that with Terry is that that he actually struggled with the whole hero thing is that he doesn't see him as completely altruistic, a completely altruistic hero where he's just like obligated to just save everyone that he sees and everything like that. It's more he has the power to protect those who are important to him, and he will do it without hesitation. But he's slowly coming to grips with the fact that if he is the only one, if he is among those capable of stopping something bad from happening, then he's starting to develop a difficult instinct to fight against, where it just like he wants to help, but he doesn't. He's not in it for fame and recognition. Like he's not really there for staying with reporters or anything like that.
Well, for fame, he's ignored Spider-Man 60.
Spider-Man song. No, it's like the song should go like this: "It's the Force, it's the Force, nothing's something to fix the Force." It's like, anyways, you lie down. You lie down. You think to yourself, okay, it's been a while, but you're gonna pack your bags. You need to tell your sister that she need to stay and help your mom because you need to move to the dormitory, and you can't stay here. The dorm itself have give you a place, and based on your scholarship, so you have to stay in a dormitory, and it's quite a distance away. It's not that far. You can still go back and forth and commute, but during the weekdays you have to stay in college. During the weekends, then you come back. But
Yeah.
but you think about what happened tonight. The girl in the block of ice. You fought 4 supervillains tonight with Grandpa, the first superhero of Miracle City. Well, then you close your eyes and then you slept. But meanwhile, in another apartment, Thaumaturge, you opened the door and you entered your apartment.
We are back.
It was a rough night, Theodore. You entered the room, then you head straight towards the kitchen. You open up the fridge and you grab some drinks. Then you head straight towards the veranda and looking down into into Miracle City. Sorry, Night City is another city. You look down to Miracle City and looking to the night. You save a life today, Thaumaturge. That's what your book told you. Your books speak to you. You save a life. And now you need to learn. More and more shadows will appear. And Kuroi-Ryu's plans will be in fruition. There's nothing much they could do. But there'll be others they need to seek. That's what the book actually tells you. You hold the railing, Thaumaturge, to look down. You are tired for the night. So now, Thaumaturge, what do you want to do? Or Theodore, what do you want to do?
Well, to start with, he's going to go into his office where there's going to be an array of different documents and different writings and historical information, all pertaining to the book and various different other archaeological things. And he's going to do a little more studying and hopefully discover a little bit more about the nature of the Book of Shadows.
You did some studies. You went to your books of library. You head straight to your computer and you sat on the chair and start to study a book on the Book of Shadows. Okay, you spend your nights looking at it and study. You did. All right, roll for your intellect. Okay, it's not the 20 that I needed, but you did. You study. But nothing much could tell you. You spend the night. You spend the night, Theodore, to look for information in regards to the Book of Shadows, but nothing. You actually slept on the table, though. Until one morning, you hear the bell ring. Ding! You realize that, okay, now I want you to roll for your, fortitude.
Rough.
You didn't take any coffee. You are late for school. You grab your jacket, you grab your bags, and you rush from your apartment. When you look at the time, it is few more minutes before the class starts. You rush out from the room, and you catch the nearest subway, and you rush straight to college because it's going to be your first day in school. But meanwhile, at the dormitory. Okay, Jason, everybody's asking you questions in the morning. Gwen Stacy asking you questions. And then after that, Flash Thompson actually asking you questions. And then after that, like, what are all of them asking? Hey, have you seen Vance? And then many of the students actually asking you, Jason, you're mostly with Vance. Have you seen Vance? Vance was missing after the party. Have you seen Vance?
I was on the street with him, helping the other students and the other civilians to get away, but we got separated. Why, hasn't he not came back?
No, it's like nobody's seen Vance yet. Where's Vance? But Yamanari, roll for fortitude.
Uh-oh.
You're in the room. You're still sleeping.
Honk, shoo.
You are dazed. You are extremely tired. The fight last night took a toll on your body. You wanted to rest, but there's a huge commotion outside the dormitory itself. All the students were actually going out and asked, "Where is Vance?" Everybody's
I just
asking.
simply will start
Has he seen Vance?
pounding on like the door. Dance. Come on, man! Enough with the whole joke. Dove. You.
Okay, Yamanari. You heard the door. Boom, 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 boom. You heard a familiar voice. It's Jason looking for Vance. You look out in your room. Vance is still not on his bed.
Jason just saw me at the hospital. Do I go to the door? Shit. Fuck. He's pounding. I gotta make it. Otherwise,
He
Quinn
saw
goes
Blue
and opens
Dragon at the
door.
hospital.
All right. Okay, Yamanari, you open the door. You see. Okay, Jason, you see Yamana. You see. Okay.
Fake a
I need to-
hangover.
Okay,
Quinn.
what's your name again? How do you spell your character's
Quinn.
name?
Quinn.
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 All right.
Quinton!
Quentin
Oh, no.
Quentin MacLeod of the MacLeod clan mysteriously belongs to the MacLeod clan, who somehow lightning.
Right. Okay, Jason.
Yeah.
Jason, the door opened and you see Quentin's face. He's tired. Quentin, like, look, Quentin, you open the door, you see Jason banging, and you see the other students behind Jason and said, Quentin, have you seen Vance?
Yeah, have you seen him?
I'm I'm very, very tired. I have not seen Vance. He's not in his bed, but I've been sleeping for most of the day, so I'm not sure what could have happened to him.
I just look up into them and say, everybody, don't worry. We're gonna go calmly and quietly go to the deed and report a missing person. We need to report a missing person to the university officials so that they can help us call the police. You know what I mean?
Is
Flash
that
Thompson looks to you. He holds you on your shirt, brings you closer. Jason Tennyson, you have no right to actually tell us what we should do. You're not the school or college president. Vance is.
And he is missing.
You have no right to tell us the orders.
And he is missing.
He's missing. You assume. He told you. You assume that he's missing. But for all you know, he partied hard somewhere. And he must be, somewhere. Come on. Jason,
Yeah.
think, Jason. Think. He touches, he slaps your cheek. He is a Willis. His father is a Willis. Hey, how many houses does he have in the city anyway? And after that, you roll for your insight, Jason.
Okay. Where's my insight? Oh.
Okay, you think, okay, Flash Thompson and think, okay, maybe he's right, maybe he's wrong. And you can skip school to look for Vance, though, and go around the city, or you can just go to class. Gwen Stacy then walked and said, I think Vance is fine. Jason, we don't have to go to the police. It's not even 24 hours yet.
Okay. In that case, let's just go to class. He should be okay and fine. I mean, after all, he has rich parents, so let's just go to class. He's okay. He's fine.
Eugene walks and walks over. Hey, Jason, it's Vance, man. Besides, I know Vance. He might be blind, but I feel that he can see deep into our souls. I'm sure he's fine.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, Terrance, you arrive at the dormitory. You're surprised to hear some sort of commotion as you entered the dorm. And then one of the students actually turned and said, Hey, it's Terrance. Hey, SA! Jamie Corey walks over to you. Sup, man? Welcome to the dorm.
as soon as old mate walks up, he just does the whole freaking homie greeting slap thing, handshake. The type that people kind of just fall into.
Yeah, you did that, and Jamie Cole actually did that. Like, yes, sup, bro. Now, okay. And then after that, I said, there's a bit of a problem now. Everybody's looking for Vance Willis. Your room is here. I say, but yes, stay comfortable. And but you notice that some students here, they don't seem to actually walk over to you, Terrance, and say like, hey, what's up? But except for Jaime, but they all seem to be like very worried. And then Eugene Woods walked over and said, hey, Terrance, you're new and you were at the party. You were at the party that night. I think I saw you talking to, the others, but they're in a different room.
Yeah.
Vance. Have you seen Vance?
No. Before yesterday, I hadn't had much interaction with him. I look over at Jason like, dude, have you tried calling him?
I don't have his phone number. I mean, don't worry about him. He's rich as a whale, so he must be sleeping in one of his dad's fancy houses with a couple of supermodels. Don't worry about him.
Terrance just raises his eyebrow and just like, right. He kind of like bounces his backpack up that's like full of shit that he's bringing to him. He's like, right, my room is like, which one's my room?
It's this.
Is
one.
it this one?
Exactly.
Anyway, that one's mine. let me let me know if I hope he's okay. Like it's like I hope he shows up soon. He's being very awkward right now.
Gwen Stacy and said, let's not just worry about Vance. Okay, everyone, class is starting soon. We have a new professor today, so let's give him a warm welcome.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so how just before we do it, how are things going with you guys with the basketball thing?
Oh, we
Gwen
won.
Stacy then said, basketball is fine.
Yeah.
Terrance Knight, right? She asks you.
Yeah.
Then she shakes your hand. Gwen Stacy. Nice to meet you.
Yep, he'll shake hers as well.
I would like to talk more about our basketball. And we won, yes, but we need to go to class. Yamana, okay.
Yeah. I'm
Quinton,
probably
get
the
ready.
one. I'm probably the one guy in the room that she doesn't need to look up at.
Yeah, she's not tall. She's roughly about 5 feet, and that's about it. And she's like looking, and then she's like screaming at the end of the hall because Quinton just woke up. And then Flash Thompson walks over to you, Quinton, and said, "Hey, Quinton, get ready." And then Flash
What?
and pushes you into the place. Get ready.
As in, you need to
Get ready for
get
what?
ready for class. Like that's what he means.
Right. Terrance will go to his room, just dump his bag on the bed, quickly grab out his textbooks and paraphernalia, and be like, "Right, I gotta head to class, people." Well, unless we're all in the same class. What is next? He checks his timetable. Where is? What's this? What the hell does this code mean? He kind of looks at the room. Gwen, what does this code mean?
It's okay. Follow me. Then she brings you to class. Then after that, Luisa then said, "All right, everyone, let's go to class. New professor's coming." Because our previous professor ran off, decided to resign after that incident. So he thinks that Miracle City is a dangerous place to be in. So he resigned. That's what Luisa said. But-
Terrance kind of looks over and is just like, seriously?
Luisa said, "Yes, seriously." Then Gwen Stacy said, "Yes, seriously. He thinks that other city is safe, but no, he decided to go to Gotham City. Yeah, good luck with him."
I think back to JC and it's like, yeah, Gotham, great place, great lighting.
And the fact criminals and
Yes.
Batman, they get along so well.
Good.
Okay, but after that, meanwhile, Grandpa and Nathan. Okay, let me ping you because this map is huge. Okay. Grandpa and Ethan.
Hold on, I think we're still loading. Are we?
Yeah, it's a high res.
I'm not following. I've just got to find whereabouts I am on this map.
Holy hell.
Oh, I found this.
I can't.
okay.
I can't.
Yeah, one moment.
We're
see.
down. The two of us are down. here.
The thing's
All right,
still loading, so I
Reese-
can't see anything.
Yeah, reloading the scene.
I see. I appear to be in a room with somebody who looks like Charles Xavier did the fusion dance with the Colonel from KFC.
Oh god.
Real question. Does he have full set of hair? Does he have hair? That's the real question I want to ask.
He's got a little bit of hair, but it's like
He's got a goatee. That's all he gets.
Yes, he got a goatee.
he's got a little bit on the sides. Like I said, he looks like the Colonel from KFC did the.
Oh no! Oh, thank God I'm not in the same room.
Actually,
Maybe
you
now.
are in the same room as all of us that chose it.
No! Look at the room to the right.
Don't look. Alright.
Oh god, man.
Alright.
Hit mark is there.
Yep. Yes.
All right, but okay, let's go here. All right, so this man looking at Grandpa's documents and also looking at Ethan's documents. Then Jim Donald was like looking. So, Grandpa, it seems that you're apply. So you hear that says that you're going to be the vice principal of Miracle College. So, as vice principal, based on your resume and also as a superhero, what makes you think? What makes you so interested in being a vice principal of Miracle College?
Well, I won't be around forever. I realize that now. And I feel like people need to learn a lot about being a good person, and especially in terms of sport. My expertise might be in golf, but I think I'd be a very good sports teacher given my expertise in. As I said, I'm not just a golfer. I do other sports in my spare time. It's just my pride and joy is golf. On top of that, I have here, and he pulled out, because I imagine that the military would have given him various documents like a working with children's check and stuff like that.
Ah, yeah, good. Oh, interesting. But it seems that here in this document says that you are the legal guardian to young Ethan Hawke. I mean, Ethan Hartwell.
That's true.
How did my name automatically change to Even Hawkins? Okay.
Ethan Hawke. So hey, it's obvious here we're not related by blood. I caught them in an orphanage around about when my youngest was born. He was he looked like he needed a home and no one was taking him, and we had another bed and money to spare in the family, so I decided to take him in, and now he's as much of our family as any that are related to me by blood. I'm quite proud to call him my son.
Oh, interesting. It says here that you were formerly a teacher previously in a Strixhaven College.
Strixhaven, yeah, it's funny you should mention that story of Strixhaven. I actually was a registered teacher for a little bit. I still have the official documents saying that I am a teacher, and I pull out because I assume I've been given those documents as well. It was mainly that teaching was part-time work, but it still holds true, and I'm perfectly capable of teaching to this day.
Interesting. And how about you, Ethan Hawke? I mean, Ethan Hartwell. Sorry, you look like Ethan Hawke, and a mix of Ethan Hartwell, and the reflection of the skin and so on. So, you're a bright student. I can see that your results is okay, and so. Are you excel in sports or education? What are you good at? It says here that you're good in you're very fluent in ancient Egyptian and ancient Hebrew. Where do you learn this language? For somebody such as young as you.
I hope to see. Does that even
When
help
I was
you
a
in
kid.
high school?
You'd be surprised. He's very quite intelligent, and he decided to study ancient history just for fun. He specializes in the history of Egypt around the Hellenistic period.
Oh,
That's
interesting. In his medical record, it says here you never have any injuries. Wow, you must have tried to avoid so many accidents. You're a healthy young man.
Highly on drugs.
Well, he
All
was
the
very.
above.
Well, it was mainly my wife's idea. My wife was always the kind to shelter out of 4 kids and try to protect them from the world, and I guess Ethan just got along with Marjorie very, very well. I would say a little bit better than me, but that's not the point. The point is, Ethan was really protected from the world from a very young age. He's actually quite. The mention of Marjorie, which is the name of his late wife, causes him to choke up a little bit and says, he kind of looks up and says, but I digress. He's led a very sheltered life. He's not really as savvy in terms of like culture and social interactions.
I was gonna do something real quick. I'm gonna like under Ethan's breath. He's like, "Yeah, I was like trapped in a coffin for like what felt like years, just out of context."
Oh, that's interesting. So it seems that you're good in Egyptian and ancient Egyptian history based on here. That you scored way beyond the other students. Damn, you even know how to spell Cleopatra's full name perfectly. No students can do that, especially in hieroglyphics. That's superb. But congratulations, Mr. Galloway. He shook your hand.
And I shake it back.
Welcome to Miracle College, and perhaps with your help, can change into a university. But let me take my coat. And he put on his hat and took out his coat. And welcome, Mr. Galloway. Please have a seat.
All right. And he's offering for me to sit in the seat he was. Yes, so I will sit down in there.
Congratulations, Andrew Galloway. You're now the vice principal, and now I can fully retire. Now I can go on my long holiday.
I'm free.
Well,
Free!
Where you going to Japan?
well, and I'm going to say, good luck in Gotham, sir.
Yeah,
I'm
I'll definitely. No.
Now they're your responsibility, sucker.
Yes. Now
I knew
I'm
what I was.
free.
I knew what I was. I knew full well what I was signing up for when I did this. I'll take it. If it means that I can keep people safe, I'll take it. I will have to. I was actually my character was actually a bit of a part-time teacher, when he was like 30 or 40, when he was in his like mid-30s, mainly because the golf wasn't big back then and he needed a way to pick up the slack. But no, he is a qualified teacher.
And after that, then Mr. Jim then looks at you, Ethan. So now, Ethan, it's time for me to bring you to your first class. Hint, hint. Okay, if you read some certain comic book, there is a term for first class. Okay. Now, he looks at you. After that, hi, Ethan. Now follow me. Don't be shy. Let me introduce you to the others. Come, let's go. Then he brings you to the halls, and brings you up. And then he brings you to class. Then he enters, and then the class,
now lost
and then
you.
the students, all the way up, all the way up, all the way up.
I found it.
Then Mr. Jim then said, "Class, this is your new student." It's like, his name is Ethan Hawkwell. Oh, Hartwell. Yeah, Hartwell.
It's Hartwell, sir, not even Harding or whatever the fuck you were calling me before.
Is it Hartwell? Hardwell. Hartwell. He winks at you. But can everyone say hello to Mr. Ethan? And some of them, hello, Ethan. And one girl like wave at you. Hi, Ethan.
And that one weirdo kid that basically winks at him.
All right.
I
All right.
would have laughed if it was a guy too.
Okay, Terrance and Yamanari and also Jason. You look at this young Ethan. Oh, okay, new student. Then after that, then Mr. Jim said, "This will be my last term here. You have a new vice principal. His name's Andrew Galloway. He's gonna look after all of you students. So you give him the full respect that you need, like how you respect me. So now it's time for me to go on a long overdue holiday. Yeah, Gotham City, here I come."
Careful, sir. Don't do anything that we will not do at your old age.
Then he left. Like you said that. But okay, meanwhile, okay, Mr. Theodore. Okay, Declan MacDonald looking at you. So, Mr. Theodore, it seems that here that you're a professor of archaeologist and expertise in multiple language, and also it's like you're teaching history. So having you here in Miracle College is gonna be a fine addition. But before anything, he pressed a certain button. Tring. Okay. Meanwhile, okay, Grandpa, you hear a small intercom bell inside your room, which is a simple phone. You press the button. You're not too sure how to press the button on that phone, and you hear the ringtone.
I've not been a teacher since the What's it? If it's the year 2000 now, I'm in my late 50s. Then okay, so I've not been a teacher since 1977. So technology.
Roll for intellect.
I'm not as up to date on all the technology, but he is hoping this works. Rolling technology. I don't have any bonus in technology, but
Right.
I just
Like,
imagine
oh, you
Grandpa
press the red button. You press the red button and you hear the voice. Mr. Galloway, can you please enter my room? I would like to introduce you to the new professor to Miracle College. It's Declan MacDonald here. I'm just across the hall.
all right then. I'll be over in a jiff.
All right.
Okay.
You went over here. You enter the room, and then after that, Declan MacDonald said, "Nice to meet you now, Cassandra Galloway. Yeah, as the new vice principal, I would like to introduce you to Mr. Theodore. He is the professor of arts and historical arts and science, and also in archaeological findings. He is extremely good when it comes to Egyptian history and many more. And he'll be a fine asset to our school."
Theodore will stand up and extend his hand to shake Grandpa's hand.
And I'll shake it as well.
It's great to
Pleasure
meet
to meet you, pleasure to meet you, Professor.
And likewise.
Okay, Theodore, when you shook Grandpa's hand, you were surprised. Okay, what is Grandpa? I mean, the superhero here as a vice principal. Oh, you're really happy. You're like, wow, you shake hand with Grandpa for the first time.
I'm going to kind of in a joshing way. Say, I know it's tempting, but you will need to wash that hand one day.
Oh. Yes, I'll see to it, sir.
Declan MacDonald said, "Having Grandpa here is a fine addition. The students are now in high morale that we have. Well, sorry to say this, Miss Andrew, that we have the Grandpa with us here at Miracle College. We'll be bringing in more students, and more students will want to sign up. And this way, that the students will feel protected, and anybody that even try to even attack the school will have to think twice. Nobody will even try to do anything if Grandpa is here." He laughed.
Okay.
All I hear is red flag, red flag, red flag, red flag.
So many red flags.
Yes. Okay. Then Declan MacDonald said, "Grandpa, I'm sorry. Mr. Galloway, can you please bring our esteemed professor to his class and introduce him to the fellow classmates?" And I'm a bit busy now looking into the profile of these new students that's coming in.
All right, and I would like to ask. I want to ask though. What classroom am I bringing him to?
Oh, it's like you'll be bringing him to the middle classroom. You should know. And then after that, then you actually know where it is. So it's the one with the most students in class.
I have been into the school before. I'm just not as savvy in terms of. Okay, I'll be bringing him in.
This college actually used to be Strixhaven, but nobody remembers that.
So let me get. So just a reminder. Professor Theodore is he's a science. No, what was it? A professor of the arts? Was it?
Historical
Archaeology,
arts and archaeology.
Historical arts and archaeology. Okay.
However, I do have a bit of dabbling in chemistry as well, so should we come to needing an extra hand there, I can.
I'm just gonna say this. Why is my character saying always near a goth girl? Because to me she looks like a goth girl.
Okay, so I'm going to.
Well,
I'm going to just outside the door say, so do you want me to introduce you or do you want to come in together?
might as well come in together.
Alright. So open the door. I'm going to come to the middle of the room. And I assume Professor Theodore is coming with me.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So enter the room.
Your token is still outside.
Oh, for some reason I have control over it, so that's weird. I'm going to say,
Hey,
hello everyone. In case you don't know me by now, my name's Mr. Galloway. I am the new vice principal of this school. I also want to introduce you your new professor for historical arts and archaeology, Professor Theodore Maddock.
It is a great honor to meet all of you. And I can see the bright spark of wonderful futures in all of your eyes.
Okay, now to Yamanari. You first.
Well, I'm Quinn, so I should. Goodness. Quinn kind of just like writes both of their names down in his notebook and tries not to be noticed by the rest of the class.
All right. Okay. Then Ethan, your turn. You're introduced to a new teacher. He said that he's an expert in Egyptian archaeology and many more.
Wait,
Roleplay?
sorry. Oh, were you talking to me? I didn't even realize my name came up. My character probably writing in his journal and like not writing, drawing in his journal, and he did like a drawing of Cleopatra.
You're not paying attention. Yeah, do you guys literally like students that don't care when the teachers are talking? Okay, Jason, do you?
I just
Hey, I was writing notes. I was writing
Yeah,
notes.
you're right. Okay, names. Okay, Yamanari is writing notes. I must study.
Okay, I'm just simply like just wonder who is this new teacher.
Right? Okay. And Terrance, to you?
He looks over it. So, do I recognize old mate without his pointy hat?
Nope, you don't recognize him.
But I obviously recognize Grandpa.
Yeah, everybody here recognizes Grandpa.
My identity's been public day one.
Terrance is kind of looking at them, and he's kind of like, oh crap. He's just kind of shrinking in his chair. He's kind of like trying to sink into his hoodie. It's like, oh boy.
All right. You're sinking to your chair.
And what's even more funny is you're wearing the same clothes as you did the day before.
It's reversed. It was reversed during the encounter. That is my disguise. The extent of my current disguise. He has a reversible hoodie.
Okay. One blonde-haired girl raised her hand, and then you notice. Okay, Yamanari, the others, okay, notice that it's like Gwen, and said, new vice principal, Andrew Galloway, sir. Vance Willis is not in class. Do you have any, by chance, know where he is? And Grandpa, you look around. You look at the files. Yes, Vance Willis is supposed to be in class, but he's not in.
He's supposed to be here. I wouldn't know why he's not.
The first day.
I'll see if I can find him, and if I do, I'll warn him about being tardy in this school. Nevertheless, and Terrance, sit up straight, will ya? I'm going to say Terrance. because I'm remembering my assignment, which is basically to recruit the recruit these people that
You
that
don't
are in
know
the
it's
group.
him.
I don't know it's him.
No, he knows you as Terrance. As Terrance.
he
So he
doesn't
asks
know
you
me
to
as
sit up
Force.
straight. Yeah. He only calls you by your own name, Terrance
He-
Knight. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
He sits up straighter, but he does
Wait, Mr. Knight, can you sit up straight?
Okay. That's how I'm going to refer to people by their last names. I think. Mr. Knight, sit up straight, please.
he does, but he doesn't make direct eye contact with him.
Okay.
Okay.
I realize now he's a little shy because because everyone knows who I am. So so this is to be expected. So I'm going to say, well then, I won't keep you. I won't keep you lads and lasses any further. I do appreciate being able to be here, and I'm sure that you'll all make it worth my while. I look forward to seeing how you progress in your studies, and I'll see you the next time I see you. I'll leave you with Professor Maddock now. Okay, and I'll kind of say bye and wave, and then leave the room.
Okay. You leave the room and head straight to your office. You need to
Yep,
find
straight.
out what actually happened to Vance Willis. And now, Theodore, the class is for you. Okay. Just to actually. Okay, how are you gonna roleplay this? You're gonna roleplay once before I go to read Vance Willis scene.
All right. So he'll go up to the chalkboard, writing down his name real quick, just in case any student didn't catch it. Then he'll. All right. So to begin with, we're going to start our studies in a particular field that I am quite well studied in. We'll begin the history of ancient Egypt. And then he'll begin writing down a short story that'd be common knowledge to anyone who's familiar with ancient Egyptian lore.
All right. Repeat that.
Oh, I was gonna say he does it specifically in hieroglyphics and tells the students to write it down, and then bring him an essay by tomorrow depicting what it says.
Okay. All right. Jason, Terrance, and Ethan. Okay. And who am I doing? Who am I missing? Okay. And also Yamanari, Quinton. You were actually seeing this new professor writing his name. You notice one thing though. Some of the girls is actually swooning over this new professor because what? He's a good-looking guy, goatee, long hair, like coat, and then all the women's like, oh my god, he is dreamy. But you took your notes. You took your notes and tried to study. And you study throughout the day. But meanwhile, elsewhere in an apartment, red hair, you flew towards your family apartment building. You opened the window from the outside, and then you went to the bedroom. No, you actually were here. This is the window. You came out from the window, came in from the window, and straight to bed. And then after that, your nanomachines in your body started to dissipate, and you turn back to your normal human form. You are bruised. Your hands is burnt.
No, we're
got
still
cuts around your body, and you put yourself under the blanket. You have a fever. You notice that your whole hand and body itself is like filled with venom. And then you're afflicted with something, you think to yourself, but you cough. Then you slowly hear the sound of the front door being opened, and you hear your mother's voice and your father's voice as they entered the apartment. You stayed there in that blanket. Your mom actually like asked. And then after that, your dad actually like saw. It's like, hey, like the veranda's door's open. Then after that, you hear your mom's voice and said, it could be nothing. Then roll for your fortitude. Bats. Okay, you resisted it. But then your mom like came in. At first I said, oh, and then she said, oh, Vance, you're home. Then she walks over to you. Then after that, your father like walks in and speak. No, finally, Vance, you're home. But you never come back to this apartment. You should be at the door. Why are you here, Vance? And you couldn't even answer. You stayed quiet, Vance, because I think you're muted.
No, no, he
No.
just posted.
There was some outside noises, so that's how we did. Now the outside noise is gone.
Also, there was real police siren then.
Yeah.
So he just says he doesn't really
Anyways.
say anything. It's apparently just in the Roll20 chat. He's just said he doesn't say anything. He just gives them a hug. Apparently.
I just hugged them. Them tightly.
All right. Okay, you
Just
hug them. The
tightly
moment
and
you hug them,
sobs.
your mother looks at you. Vance, what happened? Who did this to you? What happened? It's like this burns, this bruises, your face. And then your father,
stay quiet.
Axel, then said, Vance, what happened here? Were you beaten up by some kids in school? Who did this to you in college? I'll get them expelled immediately.
I'm gonna say this in a very sad tone. It was an incident. I was saving my friends. I got scared.
Did this happen?
He's very scared.
Then your mother asked, did this happen during the party? Did those people did this to you? Were you caught in were you caught in a battle?
I was looking for my friends. One was missing. Just want to help. And like that. He repeats he just wants to help.
Then after that, your father sat there on the bed and then hugged you. And then after that, your mom, Martha then said, Axon, this is the reason why you should finish the project, Axon. You should. And Axon then looks at the wife. The project will continue. We must protect our son. And then your mother then said, this is the reason why our son is blind, Axon. Because of those superheroes. Because of those villains. And Axon then said, Project Exodus will continue as planned, my love. And once Exodus is done, then we will stop them. And our son will be safe. And Vance, you know your father is doing this all because of you. And then? Alright, okay, you know. And then after that, then your mother like hug. And then after that, your father then continue. If only Grandpa did never appeared in the city. If only that red Ultra did not cause all of this. If only the blue dragon never appeared itself. My whole purpose is to actually stop this blue dragon and take him down. But Vance, I can tell you, there is someone that's helping me to make sure that you'll always be safe. And I can assure you, Vance, that we love you, and we love you the most. We shall not lose you, Vance, by how we lost the others. And then after that, then your mother then said, don't worry, Vance. Your father is doing the right thing. And we're gonna save you for whoever did this. But you must tell us. But you must rest. I'll call the school. I will call the school and tell them that you're sick. You just needed some rest, okay? That's what your mom told you. Then your mom then got up and picked up the phone and start calling. And then as she called, meanwhile at school, Grandpa, the moment you enter your room, you heard the phone ringing.
Okay.
Then you pick it up,
Pick it up.
and then
Hey?
after that, then
Okay.
you said,
Hello? This is
"Hello,
Vice.
hello, Vice Principal Donald." It's like she's called a different person's name, and then she paused and said, "Excuse me, who are you?"
Oh, Vice Principal Donald has retired, unfortunately. I'm his replacement, Vice Principal Galloway. How can I help you?
There was a few second pause, and then after that, then she asked, "How how are you a principal? How are you a vice principal?"
I decided that. Well, I believe that over the current age of superheroes and supervillains, these kids are gonna need someone to protect them. And I felt like no better protected they would be than if there was a superhero protecting them. Also, I was actually a part-time teacher in 1976, so I know what I'm doing here. But 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 what did you actually want to talk about?
There was another few second pause. You can hear from her voice. Roll for insight.
Rolling insight. Got it.
Okay. Yeah. This is meanwhile Jason. This is what Jason, Quinton, Terrance. It's like taking some notes. Like, oh, okay, yes, yeah.
Terrance is kind of wondering, how did we all end up in the same history class? Why am I even in a history class?
Exactly.
Well, it's part of the curricular activity. It's part of the curricular activity. It's part of the college curricular activity. It's part of
Compulsory
your
curriculum.
timetable. It's part of your timetable.
Compulsory.
So you have to take all these subjects, to pass. So year 1, year 2, year 3, and so on. But it's not going to be so complicated like Strict 7. So yeah. So as long as you're within the class, you're still a college student. Okay. So meanwhile, okay, Grandpa, you hear the voice. It's like, okay, she's a bit unhappy, but she continued anyway, and then she told you that Vance is sick, and then he will need 1 week rest from school, from college.
All right, I'll let the rest of the school know he's okay. We've been worried sick about him.
Yes, please do. That's what Martha said. Be seeing you, Miss Andrews.
Be seeing ya. I'll hang up the phone
As you hang up the phone,
and I'll say to myself, "What a nice woman."
and then after that, Martha put down the phone, and then she said to Axon, you're not gonna believe this, but Andrew Galloway is the vice principal of Miracle College. And Axon's like, what? That can't be right. I would really give the authority to... Doesn't matter. It seems that they actually struck first in this chess game. But you heard all this conversation, Vance. Not sure what your father's doing. But you stood there, you listened. Then then he got a phone. And then after that, Martha then said, you know what to do, my love. Then after the accident, he picked up his phone and said, and after that he called, hello, Masters, I got a job. Then, meanwhile, in a remote warehouse of Miracle City, ice cold, and said, "Nah, I should have just smashed him down. You just, bring us all the way, Shroud. What do you do that for?" And Shroud then speaks out and said, "Well, if I didn't, John will just use his, to blow up the city hall. We don't want that. Maximum casualty is not in our resume at this current moment." And Minesweeper, they got up, jumped down from the crate and said, "Well, I could just, talk over their minds, and that's about it. None of them could resist, but maybe a few, of course. But I'm sure I haven't tried this new ability of ours. We haven't really fully trained at it." And Anajon, sitting on top of the shelf, looking down at the three friends, and said, "We will wait. And until then, we shall wait until our sister is released. And we will strike. And when we strike, we will strike at them without them knowing. But we need a plan. We can't just attack Grandpa. Grandpa has friends. And every time when we do attack him, those people seem to be there, at the very moment. We need something. We need someone. We need a proper plan. And then after that, there was a knock on the door. And then after that, then Shrouder got up. Anajan, do you tell anybody else about this place? Anajan said, no, I did not. Do you, Minesweeper? No, I did not, Anajan. Was it you, Ice Cold? Did you ordered some ice cold coffee? No, I did not order some ice cold coffee. No, maybe I did. Hey, maybe it's Coffee Bean or Starbucks. Hey, let me open the door. Then Ice Cold opened the door, and he was surprised to see, hey, you're not Starbucks. And then 2 old people, they walked in and said, hello, everyone. My name is Master Patrick, and this is Master George, and we are... Well, before we actually introduce ourselves, are you interested to join golf? But we're not interested to play golf, most people speak. I'm interested to play golf. Then, you want to stop Grandpa and his friends? Golf is the only way. And then, to be concluded, in a new chapter called Part 1, Golf.
By this time the video comes back, ladies and gentlemen, our DM would have came back from holiday the week after this video goes live. Till then, see you next time.